There we go, we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to session number 6 of Ellseworld. Thank you for joining us. I will do a quick recap of what has happened in the story so far in just a few moments. But before we do that, we're going to introduce all of my lovely players around the table. But yes, thank you for joining us. First on the list of players is this lovely gentleman to my right.
Hello, I'm Kane. I've been saying for a while, in other languages, get ready for the wheel. This is the wheel. I couldn't be bothered to think of one intro that would last a long time, so instead I created a wheel of intros. I'm going to spin it each session and then do that one. Dan, I apologise if it's one you have to take part in. So hi, I'm Kane.
What does the wheel say?
And I have to tell an embarrassing story. Brilliant. Once on a date, a spider ran out in front of me as I was walking her home. I was so terrified I threw up on my own shoes, then cried. Today, I'll be playing Reed Bogwater. That's a true story.
Did you get a second date?
No.
How old were you, Kane? This is important context.
14. A very small, lizardy sort of fairy with leaves for wings. They are a fairy druid. They like making friends. The art, which you'll see down in the bottom right in a little bit, was done by said idiot on every platform. Check her out. She's really cool.
Hey, I'm Dan. The ultimate torture device is capitalism. If you disagree with me, go fuck yourself. I'm playing Quinn. They're a changeling wizard. The art down below is done by the amazing Michaelis Moshu. Go and check them out. They do all kinds of fantasy art. They posted a really, really fucking cool pic like last week, and I loved it. It's really good. Give them love.
Guess I must be a capitalist because I thought the ultimate torture device was listening to my intro bit. Speaking of, if you want to find out what my intro bit is, you should have been paying attention to every other intro bit I've done since this campaign started. Go back and watch them. You'll realise what I've been doing. And if you can't work it out, you'll find out next week. I'm Cal. I'll be playing Shadow. He's a Loxodon rogue. He's going to be so much cooler when we've got some levels. That's me. Jamie, hi.
Hello, I'm Jamie. I'm a bit under the weather today, and I apologise. But the question I have for you is, who is Christ? And the answer is concerning. I'm playing Coroner. They are the morally questionable Warforged cleric. They're here to kill people, no matter the cost.
And currently unconscious?
Yeah, I'm unconscious as shit.
We'll get to that.
Well, they had their shit kicked out of them last time.
They are seeing twos in their binary.
And my art was done by Really Bad Weather Art on Instagram. Follow them, they're so cool.
Likewise, my art was done by Artie Farty on all of the social medias.
It's all on the slides.
Watch the slides. Jams.
Hi, I'm Jams. For legal reasons, my gender is changed on a weekly basis. This week, I identify as next year's Eurovision entry. I can't sing. Doesn't seem to matter in this competition. We'll see how it goes. This week, I will be playing, as I do every week, don't know why I said that, Rodeo, the Dragonborn Gunslinger. And the artwork done for my character was done by the amazing Sualainen Salaka. And if you don't know how to spell that, don't worry about it. You'll see it scrolling around on the screen in a minute, and I'm pretty sure all of the information for all of our fantastic artists are in a big old list at the bottom of the Twitch page. So if you scroll down a little bit into the doobly-doo, you'll be able to find everybody. And all of us as well.
Furthermore, you can affect the game. If you want to go ahead and donate 150 bits, what's the monetary, or £2?
We don't do the money for the lower one.
No money for the lower one. Fuck. 150 bits, you can give someone advantage or disadvantage, including the DM, or for 750 bits or £5 whole, you can go ahead and give someone a advantage, or not advantage, a natural 20 or a critical fail, including the DM as well. But there are other ways you can affect the game.
There bloody well are. You can support us on Patreon. With that, for £5, that's the same as one nat 20. You get in a weekly poll to give one player an advantage or disadvantage, and another poll to give a player a nat 20 or a crit fail. Again, those can go to the DMs. There's loads of other things you get from being on our Patreon. You should check the link down below. This week, Cal, have yourself a nat 20.
Oh,
L, have yourself a disadvantage to throw at one of us.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh yes. Thank you, patrons. We love you.
Thanks, patrons. Right, that's all the admin and the players out of the way. Now we'll get to the good stuff, like me and the storyline. Just joking.
Not wrong.
It's called Ellseworld for a reason, and that reason is why
We wanted to play something else after Pirates.
it's actually why you don't know your own name.
Oh, I did wonder.
Yes. So previously on Ellseworld, our heroes found themselves in the town of Rhea Priz, a coastal town, being summoned there by a wealthy merchant and interested party called Phixell, who was interested in a magical rift that had been foretold to be opening in the town of Rhea Priz. In your time in the town, you were told by Phixell that you might be hindered or there might be some issues with a group known as the Crimson Gallants who might try and kill or capture anything that was going to come through this rift. Through your investigation in the town, you did find 2 different cells of Crimson Gallants, actually. One that you completely wiped out, who are renting a small house in the town, and another that you have only recently found out that they were living inside the walls of the caves, of the cliffs of the city, inside a big cave, which actually, having explored further, you also found led into these enormous subterranean tunnels. Also, while you were in the town, your employer was captured by the Crimson Gallants as you were actually saving his former, still employee, but former assistant, Digby, who had been originally captured and you were sent to help to find. So after freeing one Dragonborn, you found that another one was captured. So came the morning of the rift opening, and you went down to the docks, did a bit of investigation, found this other cell of Crimson Gallants where they'd been hiding out. You found one gallant remaining there called Gothrond, who had this mysterious gem in his hands. After some clever spell work and some clever pretend work, Quinn managed to convince Gothrond to give them this crystal, which you were told, and you actually saw the workings of it as he touched it and was teleported supposedly to the Crimson Gallant headquarters. After this, you went to go see the rift opening, a few of you peeking out from behind your rift shades and getting a little bit blinded, and you saw as a figure actually fell from the sky after this blinding rift opened. A few of you went out to sea to help this fellow, brought him back to shore, and upon doing so, the remaining gallants in the town revealed themselves, and the captured Phixell and attempted to exchange him quite forcefully for the small gnomish fellow who had fallen out of this rift. This fellow, who you found out was someone that Quinn actually knows, a fellow called Auldus Cragmain, who had been a close friend of their father, and also had been a member of a group that helped to advise and protect Princess Illyria, the person that Phixell had come here hoping to see would be coming through the rift. The session ended right after the conclusion of a pretty dramatic fight on the main jetty of Rhea Priz, as a well-timed Tasha's hideous laughter, or Mother's hideous laughter, as Quinn calls it, on the remaining gallant prevented any injury happening to Phixell and eliminated the last combatant, or at least took him out of action. And that is exactly where we're going to pick up, on the main jetty of Rhea Priz. This Crimson Gallant captain on his knees, laughing uncontrollably, Quinn in the shape of a large orc, somewhat off to one side of the jetty as they were making their way out. A couple of you, Rodeo, most notably on high on kind of one of the other jetties looking down on this marketplace, and a few of you scattered around this main kind of jetty area. As the combat comes to a close, you are left here with just the few groups of people who stayed while this kind of combat was going on. This wizard in the blue robe with the sigil of the College Callistia, which Coroner recognised. And also, Coroner is currently unconscious on the floor at the kind of the foot of this, where this captain is, who is just on his knees laughing. Is there anything anyone would like to do right now, as this kind of silence is almost ringing out across the harbour, only interrupted by this man's shrieking laughter?
I feel like I was stood over him like Anakin to Count Dooku, swords over his neck.
You were, yes. You did actually come up to him, and yes, you are currently there. You're probably pretty much straddling where Coroner is, kind of lying on the floor, with Reed tending to Coroner's body.
Yes. Had we killed anybody?
Yes, a couple of the other gallants had been killed, or at least incapacitated. The other, the kind of mage fellow that was with them, and the guy who was throwing spears at you, and one of the other guards.
Okay, yeah. Reed will finish doing the medicine on Coroner and sort of stabilising them, and then we'll just dart as quick as they can and start like just chowing down on a little bit of each of them and having a little cry.
Okay. Yep, that will happen.
Gross. Love it.
I'm looking around to see yay or nay to killing this guy.
I'm actually pretty full.
Cool.
I'm
Rodeo's...
still up on one of the upper levels because I stayed up there to get like a clear shot on people. But I would probably be heading down.
Gwyn is just like panicked, looking around, pushing Auldus as this big orc, and just kind of like,
You kind of intercept and meet at the bottom of the kind of way up to the
I'll
second
probably
level.
meet you on the way back down. I
As
guess.
you see Shadow standing over both Coroner and this gallant with Phixell kind of like slumped.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, where's Phixell?
With his hands seemingly bound as well to one side of this captain who's just on his knees laughing. I'd say you can each do a thing before he's going to make another check against Tasha's, because I believe he does that on his turn.
end of his turn.
Yeah.
I'll just use an action and transform back into myself.
Cool. Yeah, you do so. Yeah, you are met by the form at the bottom of this alleyway. You're met by the form of Quinn as they are shifting from this enormous orc figure into the kind of much more diminutive, natural form of themselves, with this small gnomish guy who looks extraordinarily frightened and very wet as well.
A moist gnome.
Yeah.
With that in mind,
Delicacy
before I
is
chow down on the
Yes.
dead bodies, I would take out my little, I don't know, a little pocket penknife or something and try and cut the binds that Phixell... Oh wait, no, they're he's got a lock one, hasn't he, around his neck?
It's difficult to tell at the moment because he's still wearing this big brown robe, which is covering like most of his outer robes. The only bit that's been revealed at the moment is really his head, and you can kind of see some of his. Actually, no, you can't even see his hands. They're kind of like inside the robes.
Can I find an opening into the robe?
You kind of like try and like you can reach your hand like down the sleeve, but you can't get like into it for some reason.
Hey, I appreciate you're probably not.
His like mouth is also tied shut.
Okay. I'll be back in a minute.
Don't worry, I'll sort him out in a sec.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shadow, anything you'd like to be doing?
You're standing there with the swords, aren't you?
I am. I'm gonna, because I don't know how long this is gonna last. I'm gonna take the swords away from his neck, bring them down, and cut at his hands, just so that if he does break free or whatever this is, maybe he won't be able to fight.
Cool. Just slicing his hands.
That's the plan.
Cool. Give me give me just give me an attack roll at advantage.
Oh, so you're literally just kind of like that, so you can't pick something up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like disarming more.
Okay, yeah.
Without
makes sense.
literally
Yeah.
disarming.
Yeah, I would like to
21.
keep him in one piece for
21,
now,
yep.
because he might have something interesting to say.
That does definitely hit.
We've killed everyone else with knowledge.
Exactly.
You can roll damage if you want, but or you can just say you can just kind of like not lightly slice, but kind of like cut open the kind of palms of his hands.
Yeah.
Almost.
He'll also get to make a save against advantage.
Cool.
When attack. But I was going to drop it.
Save at advantage is going to be a 17. Passes. You see, as he kind of like looking up to you now as you do this, he kind of snaps into focus. And yeah, could everyone roll initiative as he once again tries to.
Is he
You
gonna
see
try
as he
and
kind of like.
bother? Shall I bother?
Yes, go on.
Okay.
You never know what might happen to you.
I'll roll really hard initiative, that's what.
Cool. Reed.
Crit foul.
Crit fail.
Oh no!
Reed's busy eating corpses.
Quinn.
He's lost up the
14.
sleeve like a mosquito.
Sorry, what, sir?
14.
14 Quinn. Shadow.
16.
16, nice. Coroner?
18.
18, nicely done. And Rodeo?
So
14.
good.
14, nice.
First.
That's a combo move with Quinn there. So up first is Coroner.
Yeah, just sort of sputter.
Vibing out.
Come out.
Cool, yeah, you do so.
See an image of a paperclip again.
Shadow, you're
Do
up.
not.
Quinn and Rodeo, you're on deck together.
Cool.
He looks like he is less full of laughter and chuckles now.
Yeah,
He's no longer Captain Chuckles, he's Captain
as you kind of
Serious.
sliced his hands, he kind of like went from this like mirthful look that was all over his face except for his eyes, and then it just kind of everything has gone to this like grim complexion now. And you see him make to stand up and do something.
Shadow's just like,
Oh fuck! Cool, just going for
oh no,
Push him
how
back
magic
down
works.
a non-killing strike, I'm assuming.
So it's with the like pommel of the short sword, just across the jaw. Just
Oh, to try and knock him out, yeah.
Knock his fucking tooth out. Hell
is this with any sort of advantage or?
Yeah, he actually hasn't managed to stand up yet, so he is still prone, so he will get advantage on
Nice.
melee attack.
Boy.
Is that not 20?
Isn't that 20?
Nice.
Yeah,
That man's
baby.
dead.
He's so
His
unconscious.
jaw just
His
flies
jaw
off into the
goes away.
sea.
So
You punch the skull out of his head and it just clatters to the floor
Just to
next
say, last session he had only taken 12 damage. So
You punch the skull out, but everything else remains. Like it's
Yeah.
just the skull
It's
comes
just
out.
the rubbery bits left
Yeah,
behind.
everything else like
20?
everything.
Yeah,
20
everything else is
damage.
still in there, it's just the
20
ones
non-lethal
coming out.
damages.
nice. You kind of like, as he's starting to make to like stand up, you throw this really nice swing at him. It manages to cut. What did you say you were using again? Sorry.
Like just the pommel of the
Just the
blade.
pommel of the sword, yeah. You kind of like just smack all the way across his face with the pommel of the sword. You see as he kind of like turns around, spits. He is now bloodied as you see this kind of like torrent of blood shoot from his mouth as you slightly destroy the kind of lower half of his face. That is anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
We get a bonus action.
You can get a bonus
offhand.
action. You can offhand, or you can kick him.
Yeah, I'll give him a kick. Still
Knee him in the other side of his chin.
Still kneeling.
Still at advantage. It's still a melee attack, and he's prone. So yeah.
Not as good, but not as bad. Kick is plus my strength.
Plus your strength. Yeah.
14.
14. You go to kick, and it just goes off his like the plastron of his breastplate of the plate armor he is wearing.
Oh, you little cunt. Why won't you die? That's me. That's me.
Cool. That's you, Rodeo and Quinn. You are both up. You can decide between yourselves who goes first, or you can cook a combo. Coroner, you're on deck. No,
Coroner is
shouldn't be
on
on
the
deck.
deck.
that's the
Coroner's
captain.
just lying down.
That's the captain. Also a C.
Oh, okay. C for chuckles. Do you have any ideas what you want to
It
do?
depends on whether I can cast Hold the Dead non-lethally.
That's
I did
like-
last time.
Yeah.
You can certainly try.
Cool.
I've got a kind of sort of mechanic with
Love that
lethal
phrase.
damage. But
Yeah,
yeah.
as seeing as Shadow has successfully rung this guy's bell, I'll try and do it kind of internally as well and ring the bell.
Go for it.
Will need to make a wisdom saving throw. DC
Wisdom
15.
save. DC what? Sorry, 15?
15.
15 does not make it with an 8.
D12, 6 points of necrotic
6
damage.
points of necrotic damage. Cool.
That's me.
That you hear is just boom, goes off. Only you and him hearing this spectral bell go off. Yeah, Rodeo. You can see probably from where you are, he would be about 40 foot straight ahead of you, past like if you're kind of looking over Quinn's shoulder.
Okay. How close is Phixell to me? Is he on the far
about-
side or closer?
Yeah, he would be like almost in line, but a bit closer to you. So I'd say like 35 feet away.
Okay, because I'm more interested in getting to him and kind of pulling him back so that he's further away from.
You would be in the kind of adjacent space to him if you moved your full 30
Yeah, I
feet
want to
up
move
to
my
him.
I want to move my 30 feet up to him.
Cool.
And basically, because as from what I can gather, he's just kind of like slumped on the floor.
Yeah, he's kind of like on his side.
He's probably not going to be able to like if he needed to run away by himself. So at the minute, I very much want him to not die
Cool.
because he's the one who's going to pay me. So
This is true.
I need him to not die for a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to go up to
Just for a
him
minute.
and I'm going to kind of grab hold of the
Scruff his neck.
back of the robe or whatever
Yep.
it is that he's got on and kind of pull him towards me.
Cool. Yeah, you do so.
Would I be
You
able
can-
to use an action to kind of have a look at getting rid of some of the bindings on him?
Sure. Yeah. Give me a. As you kind of like, you reach him, you kind of run up to him as this like captain is like being beaten by Shadow.
Yeah, everybody else has got that covered.
Yeah.
You don't need 6 people wailing on this poor guy.
You can see this pain kind of emanates through his head as well. You kind of reach up to Phixell, and much like Reed, you struggle to find kind of like where his hands are, and you kind of like are trying to get through these robes. Just give me a strength check, see if you can like tear through them to get to his hands.
That's a... What's my strength? 19.
Yeah, you tear open these robes, and you can see that kind of like tucked between the two hands, his hands are bound kind of like between where the robes were, and you can see these tight manacles on his kind of hands, like kind of clasping both of his wrists together.
Okay, so they're like more metal than just like ropes or something.
Yeah, with this kind of very short chain in between them that almost keeps like his hands
very
together.
much like, okay, cool.
But yeah, I'd say that would probably just be like a bonus action to tear those open if you wanted to do something else with your main action.
Did you say he had something around his mouth?
He is. It's like almost like a leather strap has been like tied around his snout, so he can't even physically open his mouth.
Okay, can I just like use my dagger as a main action to like?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, pretty easily managed to like slide it in, turn it sideways, and just kind of cut it off.
Yeah.
Knowing how kind of strong dragon scales are, you have almost no risk of cutting him open. So you get like, thank you. As he kind of like then kind of does slump fully onto the floor, kind of trying to get away from this guy who's standing up. That's everything I think for your turn.
Yeah.
Up next is the captain. He's going to stand up fully. He's going to use his bonus action to pick up his sword from the ground.
I'm holding it.
Pardon? You're holding it, of course you are. He doesn't do that. Instead, he will just pull out the dagger he has at his belt and try and go at you.
No, my face. I need it.
That's probably going to hit with a 23 to hit.
I cast shield.
Okay. It doesn't work, but you really try.
I think about it.
And he's just going to deal you 6 damage as this dagger kind of like goes into your upper shoulder.
I'm bloody.
Oh god.
Cool.
God, I love being level 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seeing that, then he's going to just turn and attempt to run in the other direction towards where Quinn, Phixell, and Rodeo are.
Oh, he's running towards us.
He's running in that direction, yes.
I assume you'll get an attack of opportunity.
You will get an attack of opportunity if you'd
Go on,
like
smack
it.
him.
No, you went off to eat bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just rolling in corpses now.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
Oh,
Crit fail.
no.
Oof.
It's fine, it's got to get through me first.
Dude.
If he wants to do anything
You
with the
throw
fizzy.
his own sword after him.
He's just like, thanks, buddy.
Go be free.
As you kind of
Wait.
like, you're expecting him to go in for another attack, and this kind of like just totally throws you off guard, so just stabs you and turns and runs.
Yes, the old stab.
My bones.
Hey!
Actually, Rodeo, he would actually also have to move through your space because I just realised you ran up to Phixell,
I did.
so you could also take an attack of opportunity on him if you like.
I would have fucking loved to.
Cool, go for it. As he runs past the other space.
It can be a weapon attack, can't
Can be
it?
a weapon
Like melee attack. Okay,
yeah.
cool. I can't even see what that is.
First time we've
14.
seen Rodeo use a melee weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess she still has her dagger in her hand, her special dagger.
Yeah.
So she might as well use that because I have a +7 to that.
Grandma's
So-
gonna fucking cut you.
Grandma's having a bad day and she's gonna fuck you up. So that's a 21
Nice, that hits.
from Knife Grandma.
That hits.
Most way more personal.
Yeah, it's only a d4, but never mind.
Ooh.
4 plus 1, 5. 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage, nice. After this, like, you kind of almost hamstring him as he's going past. You're kind of like knelt down with Phixell. And after this, he is not looking good as he's kind of like almost limping towards Quinn. You see him now as you kind of turn to face him as this guy is just kind of bloodily limping towards you with what you can tell is the last vestiges of his kind of energy.
Is he going towards Quinn or is he going towards Phixell?
He's going towards Quinn and Auldus at the moment.
Oh yeah, I forgot the gnome is with you. Okay, cool.
That's his turn. Reed, you're up.
Okay.
Get out of the sauce.
Get out of the sauce,
The
bro.
sauce!
Is he still within 60 feet of me?
Yes. He's moved. You're probably like 40 foot away maximum.
Oh, perfect. I've still got one of my pebbles left.
Sorry?
Okay, cool.
Nice. So I'm gonna.
I should do.
Reed's gonna like.
4 plus 1.
stop biting, turn around, and ping a
Magic
rock
dagger.
in that general direction.
Nice. Like with blood, like caking your mouth. You look up at him.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. That's a 22.
Hits.
Oh,
nice.
what are you hitting with a 22?
A rock. I got
Oh,
my
you
little
got little
pebbles
magic
going.
pebbles.
I didn't use them. Cool. Yeah, it's not con. 1d6 plus my spell casting ability modifier. Nice.
Yeah.
What's that? 2. It's not great, to be honest. 6 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Right between the eyes.
How do you finish him?
Yeah! So yeah, Reed just like
One hit point to spare.
chunk of flesh in hand, just like looks round and just clicks their little fingers, and a pebble just like shoots off as they just carry on eating.
Oh, just covered in
the
blood.
body hit the ground.
Doesn't even look.
Quinn, you see us about like 5 foot away from you. This guy's going and just like slumps to his knees, reaches out for you, and just kind of like puts his bloody hand down the front of your robes.
Push him off.
Sorry, you're already wearing the red uniform, so it's fine.
yeah, true, I'm wearing the
Won't show
finery.
up. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, it's not my clothes.
And you see as he's kind of like just slumps there on the ground, and you see as this kind of like pool of blood begins to seep out from underneath him.
And you just turn away like a cool guy that doesn't look at an explosion.
Auldus kind of like kicks him a few times to see if he's like moving or anything. And looks up to you. Where are we going?
Somewhere safe, hopefully. Out of the city, maybe. I'm just going to quickly...
You're now out of combat for all this.
I'm just going to quickly, bear with me 1 sec, and I'm going to flip this guy over,
Yep.
and I'm going to take all the details of his face.
Cool. Yeah, you do
What's
so.
left of it after Shadow ripped his jaw?
Oh fuck! Sorry, bud.
You kind of you see as like the last vestiges of life are still kind of clinging to this guy. He's not quite dead yet. As you kind of flip him over and you see as he's kind of like he has no energy to do anything left. But as you kind of like study the last kind of the bits of his face, you see as kind of like his eyes then just go to nothing and life passes from him. As you kind of study all the intricacies of his face and. Auldus kind of like is looking down at you quizzically as this is happening. Do you need a minute to do this?
Nope, it's just anyone I've seen. It's
Just anyone you've seen.
It's just my flavour way of doing it.
Cool. What would everyone else be doing at this point in time as this guy is just slumped down?
Let me tell you.
Give me a d20 roll.
Yeah, how are we doing, buddy?
A 12.
Nice. Did you roll your lingering injury?
We did, yes. It was the first roll. No, yeah,
You were fine.
Yeah, it was the first roll I did in these dice, and I was fine.
Cool. Yep.
I'm gonna start just slapping Coroner because I assume that would work.
It's not how machines
for
work.
flesh.
You kind of like
think
slap
Shannon
them
would
a few
know
times.
that.
You see a few of the cogs like begin to spin and then like just kind of like die back down.
Does anyone know how to fix this?
Reed would finish doing their little grieving ritual and then float up and land on Rodeo's shoulder and be like, I think I like stabilize them a little bit.
Yeah,
I sort of like did some medicine.
stabilized.
Yeah, like they're not
wheels.
dying anymore.
Yeah, got it.
They're not dying anymore. We just gotta wait for them to wake up.
How long is that going to be?
Hours.
Oh, fuck that. I'll slap him some more.
I'm so sorry, I'm a Linux.
Give me a medicine check at disadvantage.
3 automatic death fails.
Legendary failure, do it. Accidentally kill my
You accidentally like
character.
pulled the power switch.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, you just kind of keep slapping and nothing's happening for some
Put
reason.
like little screws and
I'm currently on 1
springs
HP.
fall
Do I
out.
lose that at any point, or does it just keep going?
No, you're just kind of having this weird.
It's all
dream.
non-lethal. One hit, you're back up. The next hit knocks you out.
Okay.
You're kind of having this
If I only did it an odd number of
Ongoing
times.
spiral.
You're in this weird dream that kind of like it's vaguely reminiscent of your kind of sort of creation, where you're feeling the kind of bumps and knocks of being put together. But you know,
No, I assume I feel the presence.
you feel some presences. Yeah.
Is it Christmas?
Yes.
Yeah, you're feeling lots of presents.
It was Christmas when I was built.
Gonna hold X to loot.
Gonna hold X to loot this guy.
loot.
Cool. You find on him not a great deal as he was just wearing his armor under this robe. He is wearing this plate armor. You can see, and you can also see
sword, didn't he?
emblazoned on it those two cross swords and the kind of with the sun behind them.
No eye though.
No eye on that, but yeah, you do see kind of emblazoned on a few different parts of his armour, that kind of symbol of the cross swords and the sun behind them.
I'm gonna steal his dagger.
Gonna take his dagger? Cool, you do so. It's this quite like thick, chunky dagger that has this kind of ornate script all over it in Elvish.
While you're doing that, Reed would like flutter over and sort of land near you and be like, "Hey, so you seem to know this Auldus guy? Do you good? Do you want to? I've got a plan."
No.
Okay.
Perhaps we could go somewhere a bit safer?
Oh, you were listening. Hi.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Hi.
Hi
I think, should we leave the city? Like, are there more here? I'm just gonna call out to everyone as we kind of spread out on the
That's
day.
a good
I've got fishing lessons to take. I ain't going anywhere.
Maybe, do you know anyone in the city?
Oh yeah, we
there's
could go up
the
to
mayor.
We could go to
my
Liza's.
lady.
I think we trust her at the
The
moment.
mayor's house to go there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have occasionally, you have seen the mayor's house a few times in your walks around here if you wanted to go there.
He seemed like a trustworthy ally.
No.
He did.
We're like friends with someone who lives at the top of the city, and they're quite powerful. They're actually looking after another one of our friends, so you could go and hang out. It could be like a little party. Welcome home.
That sounds good. Anywhere sounds better than here.
Oh, I think it's nice.
Liza Drakkar.
Yeah, Liza. Yeah, let's
The
roll
magistrate.
out. I don't think going back to the tavern is a smart idea, considering two people that we know have been kidnapped from there recently. It doesn't seem like the greatest of
We should
security.
swing by and get Digby though.
Digby's
He's already
also
been
at
out.
Digby's also at my
Yeah, we
house.
dropped him off.
You that's just
We were
putting
like-
everyone there.
Yeah, we
You
were
guys
like,
did-
we don't trust the tavern, we're not leaving him
Yeah,
there, so we
fair.
dropped him off with
Nice.
Liza as a favour.
To be fair,
So
he
he's already
came for
there.
that, so it's all good.
You might not have been there, yeah, but yeah. So Liza's already doing us a favour.
We left somebody else there as well.
You left Phylon Erlandir.
Oh,
that's
shit,
it.
Pylon!
Yeah.
Francis
Right,
Pylons.
no.
Yes.
Let's should we bring Chuckles with us?
Oh, yeah.
Is he dead?
At this point, he is dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't mean to. I wasn't even looking.
Oh, God fucking damn it. Alright, well.
Phixell kind of like comes with you as you kind of like.
Oh, yeah,
rejoin the
he's
rest.
definitely fucking coming with us.
And
They don't leave him here. He's fine.
well, thank you very much for rescuing me. I'm sorry about all of this.
You got some questions to answer, my friend.
I expect I probably do. Come, let's go to this Liza's place. Did you say Digby was there?
Oh, yeah, your
Yeah.
boy's fine. Well, I say fine.
Excellent, excellent.
He's looking a little bit better than you right now, is what I'll say, but the bar's fucking low, so.
He's also got a shape tether around his neck. Is he a shapeshifter?
What's a shape tether?
It's a collar that.
Doesn't Faisal have one on currently?
You also, yes, do see this adamantium band around
Yeah.
his neck.
One of those bad boys.
He kind of like kind of grabs.
I've not been able to identify it, but my best gather was that it stops creatures that, like me, change shape, reverts them to their original form and locks them in it. Would work for a druid like my friend here as well, or say if there was a dragon in humanoid form, for example. But these are just theories.
Certainly explains it a great deal. As he kind of like is kind of like tugging on this thing. Come, let's go. I have explaining to do, and he kind of looks down at Auldus there, and I'm sure you do as well, my friend. And Auldus kind of looks up to him and says, "Who might you be?"
Oh, come on, let's chit-chat, more walkie-walkie, let's go.
Very well. Yes, of course.
As we start walking, Reed will land on Faisal's shoulder and be like, yeah, you should really invest in some more security for our next mission.
You were the security.
Well, then don't send us away, fool.
Reed calling someone a fool is probably the most savage smack that
You
I've heard in
do
this
see
campaign.
as Faisal's face drops at that point.
That's like the worst insult that Reed can think of. As we go, I will.
I'm gonna pick up Coroner.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Well,
I don't know how
attempt.
heavy Coroner is, so it might be a two-person
As
job.
Warforged go pretty lightweight.
Well, how strong are you?
Totally average.
Totally average. Yeah, you can kind of like pick them up under their arms and like kind of drag them as you
Drag
would a
them a
body.
How big is
I actually
Coroner,
might be able to
like
help you with that.
height-wise?
Pretty tall.
You kind of like
Okay.
hear their feet kind of like
Like, long and
across
spindly.
each
Yeah,
other
very long
like
and spindly.
Okay.
floorboards.
Are you hollow like the dice are?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think
So you're probably a bit lighter than you look.
Yeah.
It's all carbon
Nice
fibre.
aluminium, carbon
Yeah,
fibre.
nice.
Like an expensive
Good,
bike.
good
Sweet
stiff
chassis.
breeze would shatter me.
As you're being dragged under these rough wooden
You might just need a little bit of buffing on your heels.
Yeah. Oh yeah, don't worry, there's a buffer.
They're like smooth by the time you get there.
Just dragging them by the leg
We're gonna
behind you.
need,
Like,
we're gonna need to buy you a new paint job, I'm afraid.
We're just adding 1 to your speed as we are streamlining you.
Hooray.
More aerodynamic.
So as you make your way up through the jetties, pulleys, and lifts of Ria Priz, you reach the top level and you find the familiar elaborate front doorways of High House, the residence of Lyra and her trusty manservant. As you kind of once again knock on the door, he opens it, sees that it's you at this point, and just kind of like pulls the door further open.
I'm just like, yeah, it's us again.
Allows you in and kind of leads you up onto a part of the house that you've not actually been before. As you go upstairs and through a kind of what appears to be a arming chamber and practice room that leads out into a balcony that is looking across the whole city and over the kind of main jetty and other parts of Ria Priz that you were just walked through. And you see sat on this balcony is the Magistrate Liza, Digby, and a couple of drinks on a table with 2 pairs of folded up rift shades. You can gather they have been watching the rift open together up here on this balcony. As they see
Probably
the lot
a nice
of you,
view, to be honest.
yeah, as they see the lot of you come up, Digby kind of immediately stands up, his chair like falling out from behind him as he goes up to Phixell. The 2 of them embrace as best as they can with Phixell's hands still chained together as Digby kind of like puts his arms around Phixell. Says, "You look terrible. You don't look all that good yourself, my friend." He kind of like pats on his shoulder and says, "Are there any more of those drinks going?" It's kind of like the magistrate looks to her manservant and kind of like he backs out of the room for a few moments as the lot of you are gathered on the kind of magistrate's balcony as you are looking over the city of Ria Priz.
Is Liza Minnelli with us?
She is there, yes. She's still like lounging in this seat, kind of with his drink in hand.
Cool. Reed would float over and do sort of like a half bow midair. They'd be like, I bought you a gift this time.
You shouldn't have.
Fumbles in their bag and pulls out the bottle of mead that says from Gothrond on it, or whatever it was from that game. And goes, I couldn't find any wine.
Who's Gothrond?
Oh, the guy that kind of gave it to us. I don't think they entirely knew they were giving it to us, but it's a nice gift.
Kind of pops the cork out the top, sniffs it.
I don't think it's poison.
Smells like good meat. And she kind of pours out a glass. Who wants one?
Like this
Yeah,
guy
if you're
makes it.
offering.
She kind of like pours out as many glasses as are wanted and kind of pass them round. As you see, Digby kind of gives up his chair for Phixell, who kind of sits in it, and Liza fetches a couple of more chairs, and kind of so enough you can all sit on this balcony as you're kind of brought drinks and anything you require. Are there any special drink requests you would make?
Can we get some oil or something for them when they wake up?
Oil, you say?
I fucking know what machines drink.
Oh, they did like a whole oil bath at the tavern. This place seems way nicer.
Right, from the tavern, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've seen Coroner drink.
No.
Probably not,
Damn
no.
it.
Anything for you?
Honey?
Honey?
Yeah.
Anything dwarven?
Oil, anything else?
Oh, yeah,
Lower shandy.
glass of water.
Very well. And yourself?
Strongest thing you have.
Very
It's
well.
been a long fucking day and it's about 6 a.m.
I wouldn't have ever properly seen Warforged a lot before, but with them being an expert in Arcana, could I try to take a look and maybe just try to magically jumpstart Coroner?
Yeah, okay. You
Go down the cables.
you kind of see as their one of part of their kind of chest armature has been rent open by this sword strike, and you can see kind of like a few kind of bits that appear to be out of place here, and yeah, you can certainly give it a go as you kind of see the magical. You can see where the magical energy should be flowing.
12.
12, you kind of like have a bit of a fiddle round in there, and like you kind of see a few kind of like magical sparks happen. You always try and like put a bit of your magic in maybe to like jumpstart it, but you can tell that it's not so broken that they couldn't start up again. But you don't seem to have any direct impact on it.
We might just have to wait for...
Should we take a breather and then let things die down in the city and then talk?
Yeah.
I assure you, you'll be perfectly safe here.
Nice.
My establishment is well guarded.
Quinn just sits on the floor and legs apart. It's like,
Just take everything in.
You kind of, are all relaxing here in the kind of midday sun now of Ria Priz. Actually, it wouldn't be quite that late. It would be the late morning sun.
can I count this as a short rest by any chance?
You could count this as a short rest.
I think we're not planning on going anywhere for the next couple of hours. We've got a lot to chat about
You do see,
as a group.
as you're kind of relaxing here and kind of catching your breath after the two fights you've just been in. Actually, the two fights that you've just been in just this morning, you do see as a couple of goblins come up the staircase, led by Lyra's servant, as they kind of burst through the doors with this oil bath carried between all of them. The same bath you saw in the tavern before, as they've brought it up here. And plonked it down on this kind of balcony, and they kind of like look up towards the manservant. And he kind of flicks them a gold coin as they all like fight among it. One of them grabs it and just starts running down the stairs.
We place Coroner in such a way that they'll wake up in the bath with a drink in hand and their shades on.
Just vibing out.
That's so good.
You're kind of like, you're watched by...
Rodeo puts her hat on his head as well.
You're kind of watched by the NPCs as you do this. They're the
We're
four
just doing some
of them
set
there.
dressing.
Yeah. As kind of to one side of this large balcony, it's kind of this Greek style kind of big kind of pillared balcony that extends quite largely out from this quite fancy house. As you kind of do watch the day of Ria Priz progress as you take a short rest up here. If you want, I'm assuming you have some questions for these characters. We can kind of do this as the short rest is going on.
Yeah.
I would say you don't actually have to like sleep or anything while you're
I think
doing
we all
this.
just need to sit
Before
down.
we get
Yes.
into the important questions, I have another one.
Yeah.
Has anyone got a rubber?
Oh.
Yes, bestow upon us.
I don't even know where the bestowal tray is.
For our American friends,
God.
name in a razor.
There you go,
I don't
Callum.
know where the betrothal ring is.
That's all right. The problem has been rectified.
From now.
Cool.
Problem has been rectumed.
So yeah, you see as kind of as this rest begins, as the kind of first whirrings and a little bit of steam begins to emanate from your Warforged companion as they kind of, you see his arms kind of jolt and you feel as the kind of like, you hear as the metal clinks against the glass as they grab it in their hand. Don't quite crush it.
Reboot begins.
As you kind of like see the light kind of glow up from inside them, and you can see as it kind of this rent in their chest, the kind of little bit of light that kind of powers them kind of glows out of there a bit more strongly, this kind of open rift in their side, and then they kind of like, the light returns to their eyes. You see the familiar face of Coroner once again back on.
I think
That's not the window starts.
I think that means they're awake.
Just as I wake as I wake up, like all of the like pre-queued subroutines of trying to get Phixell out of there, like activate, and I just dive out of the bath, like and grab the nearest person and run. Okay. Oh right. Oh
Stuff
hello.
everywhere.
Oh god. Okay. Right. What's happened?
You got a bit fucked up. You're
Right.
not dead. You're welcome.
Wonderful.
You see as this kind of like herby residue is kind of around this cut in your metal as this kind of like salve that Reed tried to apply to you is on there.
As you look down to inspect it, you realise that your forearm is being hugged by Reed.
Oh.
Hey,
Hello.
you're all right
I
now.
assume you tried to help.
Yeah, I put this grass stuff on you.
Thank you. I'm sure it helped.
Yeah, I didn't really know.
You tried your best.
Where's Appleby?
I was literally about to say, speaking of grass
Oh,
stuff.
I'm glad you mentioned that. As you're on this balcony, as all of you realise that you've left Appleby behind.
Oh my god.
You can actually see him from up here as you kind of like start this rest. A bit too concerned with the welfare of Coroner and not your erstwhile companion. You see as he's still down there on the side, you see he's kind of like loading the gallants into the water, just kind of like pushing them in
Oh, it's
there.
just turfing bodies into the sea.
Having a bit of a chuckle as he does. And
Yes.
what you do see as he's down there, this pall of smoke begins to emanate around him. As you see this kind of red-tinged smoke begin to pour out from nowhere, you see this circle of runes appear on the floor behind Appleby as he's turfing this last body into the water. He turns around to look at it and is enveloped in this red, smoky cloud. It quickly dissipates and the runes on the floor are gone, and so is Appleby.
Well, at least nothing weird's happening.
Are we gonna? I was gonna say, are we going to assume that's normal for Appleby?
Yeah, I don't even know what my frame of reference is anymore.
Shadow starts laughing and turns around. Yeah, right, why not? Yeah, cool. Okay.
Coroner just gets back in the bath, like, all right, so fill me in. What's
Face
happened?
down.
Yeah, just like, tell me what's happened, and then they just slowly sink until they're fully submerged.
I suppose all that remains to be asked, and as you hear Auldus say, who do you want to interrogate first? It seems like you have a lot of questions.
Did he tell you what happened to me?
He did.
Did he try to do anything?
Yes, of course. He looked for you everywhere. It nearly ruined him. It's part of the reason why he signed up for the Vactari and decided to leave. He was distraught.
That's some comfort, I guess.
Well, I'm sure it'd be a great comfort to him knowing that you're okay.
Yes.
May I ask a question?
Of course.
What? Quinn, what's going on?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I was not really myself until recently. Not like all the changing stuff, but I've only known you guys maybe like a couple of days, if that.
About 24 hours.
They seem like I can trust you, though. You're from another continent. You're from another continent.
Yeah.
I've known you for about a month, and you're a robot that's maybe a couple of years old.
Technically you're my patient, so we've got confidentiality, that whole situation. So you're fine.
So the idea that any of you would know who did it is out of the window, I guess. But I was taken from my home. I don't know how long ago now, but clearly over 100 years ago. I thought it was a lot shorter than that, to be honest. I don't feel older. But the last thing I remember was being torn from my mother's arms as the rabble peasants stormed our home with torches and pitchforks and...
It was the year 1919.
1919. Our family doesn't really keep track of time like that, so whenever that was. But
That was 103 years ago.
it seems I'm 100 years older than I
Sorry,
thought.
Yes, 103.
Just about.
Roughly.
But yeah, I don't remember a lot of the last 100 years. I think I was under some kind of enchantment. It's hard to say. The memories are not all there. The orc that you first saw me as, the Phixell first saw me as, was I think it was a gardener or an assistant at wherever I was being held. And one day I managed to snap out of it. I don't know what it was. I just came to my senses and turned into the first person I could and ran. And then that's when you found me, naked on the side of the road. And yeah, I've not really had any travelling companions other than my parents or Phixell and Rodeo and that band for the longest time. It feels like a big portion of my life has been stolen from me now. More than I had thought.
I'm afraid it sounds like it most certainly was.
If you'd like, sometime later I can give you a physical, see if there's anything I
I
can
think I'd like that.
gauge about your
Yeah,
time away, anything that may be left on you.
that'd be good.
Also, quite adept at the magical arts. If there was anything you'd like me to have a look at, I could...
I'm his GP, you leave him alone.
Well, I would be more focusing on the type of magic that was used to ensorcel our poor friend here, as they say.
Yes,
If we need it, I'll refer him to you.
That's Fine, thank you.
Need 2 letters and 8 weeks waiting.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky, you'll be given a phone call.
If it's physio, you're fucked. Come back in 3 years.
I don't know why I was taken. I don't think they had good reason.
I can answer that. And you see as Faisal kind of speaks up. You're a changeling. A very useful person to have in your control.
So are my parents.
But, well, I can't say for that reason, but...
How old were you at the time?
Don't really track age, but I'd had my changing powers for maybe a couple of years. I think maybe I would have been just past adolescence. No, just past teenage years, probably.
Probably thought that if you were the younger one, they'd find it easier to convince you to be on their side, or maybe more pliable to mental magics.
I don't know.
I
Peasants rising up against the rich.
I thought we were
Tracks.
an okay family, though. We're sure we were a bit unorthodox in the way that we ruled, but the people seemed happy. Mum and Dad always were fair to people, and treated them what I see as fairly.
I'll be honest, the only knowledge I have of your father is you did that thing with the tips when we first got to the inn. It's one of the most dickish things I've ever seen anyone do. So,
I forgot about that.
Is that not like a normal thing that everyone does
not.
all over?
No.
When you say my parents were fair, I hear I have no idea what fair means.
Bingo bango.
I think I'd probably have been in the crowd.
Yeah, we were, like I said, we were a family that's one of the surface families that spoke to the dwarves a lot and represented them. But so why did you go to the First World in the first place? What warranted this? Why did she was a princess? She would be on the throne right now, ruling a nation.
A princess, yes, but also a brilliant mind. You must understand. She was... He kind of like looks around to like the people who are present. There are some things I simply cannot tell you. I am sworn to secrecy, but I will tell you everything I can. The princess was sent by her father to find something called old magic. A very powerful type of magic that allows you to control the essences of creation and to make things at your whim.
interesting.
Oh,
Like,
I've got so many theories.
Like the cogs whirring in your mind.
No, it's just working out more and more what I think Appleby is.
Oh, he's definitely old magic.
do you mean like inanimate things or like, a cow?
I mean everything. Old magic can allow you to create souls.
Yeah, it's Appleby, isn't
Yeah.
it? All of us just look at each other like,
Appleby.
okay.
I have never seen anything clearer than my knowledge that Appleby
Was
is
a pile
made
of
of
moss.
old magic.
A pile of moss and
Yes.
old magic is all
Yes.
that he is. And jingle bells.
Yeah.
I'm trying to spell him at some point.
What happens? Does he just turn into a pile of soil
No, because
again?
we know he's something
flesh in
human.
there.
Yeah, he's
A
flesh in
naked
there.
little man will come up underneath, and that's
Is that
worse.
what you want?
It's just Tom underneath.
And that's Appleby demonized.
Yeah.
I want that a little bit now.
Well, we've got to wait for him to come back, maybe.
He might never come back. That's probably the last we've seen of him. He's gone now.
Is that just like creating things or is it like destructive also?
It could be used for destructive purposes, I suppose. It is an ancient magic that has not been used for millennia. What do you know of the Genesis?
What do I know of the Genesis?
What do we know?
Anyone can give me a history check.
Genesis roll.
That's what Sonic was on, right?
Yeah.
I want law. Nat 20.
Nice.
Maybe.
Okay.
What's history? Oh, flat 0. That's a 15. I know something, maybe.
Okay.
12 from me.
6 here.
If it matters,
you're still booting
if
up,
it matters
don't
at
worry about
all, that's
Yeah.
a total 25.
Nice.
Good lord.
Wow.
Do you have a degree?
Oh,
I have 450 years.
no.
Oh god, red roll, red roll.
saw nothing.
The red rope one? Do you want red rope cam? I'm not going to do red rope cam.
That's on the after dark.
Find our OnlyFans.
What did you get?
12.
19.
25.
Then 6.
15.
15. Cool. Anyone with a 10 or above, you would know this fairly basic creation myth of Ellseworld. In the beginning, there was the first world, and not much is known of that place aside from it is where life began for all the people who reside on what is now known as Elseworld. The first people to arrive were the dwarves, and legend tells of a tunnel so deep that it broke the bonds of reality and led to a world far away from where the tunnel had been started. These dwarves laid the foundation of Elseworld, but it was a barren and harsh world devoid of any life on the surface. These dwarves survived only through the fortunate existence of a green fungus that grew underground and, unbeknownst to them, was only edible to those of a dwarven constitution. Next, there came the elves and dragons, who by some cosmic accident or intent arrived in the midst of a great and terrible magical war. The dwarves wanted no part in this, which the dragons appreciated and the elves were haughtily bitter about. A truce was held while they could figure out where this magical calamity had brought them. Eventually, when they could not figure out a safe way back to the first world, the three factions decided to make the best of the situation they were in and use their combined powers to craft this relatively barren new world into one akin to the world they had left behind. The first Dragon King, Messarian Mizarch, the twin elf lords Eldrad and Illyria, and the dwarf technomancer Barzult Uarvold came together and through very many years and much research discovered the old magic, a power so great they knew it could do exactly what they wanted to. Just as planned, their imagination was manifested into reality. Anything and everything they imagined was spawned into the world, but the old magic was not meant for mortals to use, and they lost control of their imaginations. Everything became heightened and exaggerated versions of the things they wished for, as well as the things they did not, and creatures sprung up as the old magic struggled to comprehend four separate minds, creating different things. The result was Elseworld, a world charged with magical energy, burgeoning new life, and four piles of dust that once were its creators. So yeah, that's kind of the creation myth of Elseworld that you would all basically know. As Auldus kind of very briefly sums it up for anyone that doesn't know that. The Genesis, old magic was used there to craft Elseworld from what is known from those times was a inhospitable landscape of nothingness into what it is today, a thriving world that can host all forms of life. And the magic here, it is stronger than in some places. And this is because of the old magic. That is what we went to find, how to use it, how to use it.
Were you Were you successful?
We found some information, yes.
Why now? If it's been gone for thousands of years, why are you so interested in finding it now? And if you do find it, what do you intend to use it for?
It is not my interest. I was merely there as the princess's advisors. It was...
Oh, I mean y'all in like the general sense.
Right, of course. Well, she was sent...
The collective y'all, if you will.
she was sent by the High King, of course.
Yeah, well, what does the High King want with it?
Well, that I'm afraid I don't know.
Do you want to make a guess?
Well,
You seem like a smart fella.
They are the powers of creation. I assume he wanted them to help people to create things. He was an inventor, after all.
Are you under oath to only give this information to fellow people of your station?
Of the Vactari.
I sense hesitation in your voice, and I can understand it if this is such a charge that you...
I made a blood oath to the princess that I would tell no one but her father the information I have been given about the old magic.
That's a terrible idea. That's how you spread hepatitis. Don't do blood oaths.
It involved no mixing of the blood,
Oh,
simply.
then you're fine.
I thought you meant telling secrets.
No.
Did you get a bit too close to someone's ear?
Yeah.
Coroner had like a really strict parent who
Gossip
did not
spreads
like...
hepatitis. That's what you were told.
Don't tell tales or you'll get hepatitis.
They think it's like some kind of weird rust disease.
Snitches get hepatitis.
Yeah, snitches get hep C.
Would you be able to tell my father? Is that someone you could share information with, a fellow Vactari? Or...
Yeah, because you made that promise. I'm afraid her daddy's kind of dead.
Yes, he already knows the information. I would presume the princess told him too, as she divulged to me.
If you now reveal you're also your father and just fuck with our brains again, that's incredible.
I'm going to use my action, and you see as Quinn kind of like begins to grow up to around 6'1", 6'2". Facial hair kind of pushes out through their face that becomes kind of a blackish salt and pepper grey. Same with the top of their hair as it kind of comes back into more of a kind of slick look. And you see as they go into a very round-faced, slightly chubby but joyful-looking man. And kind of looks towards you and says, "Now that would be interesting."
I cannot wait to give you a physical, and I sink into the bath and just kind of shut down.
But no, I'm fucking with you again.
Oh, okay.
I can just turn into my father because I've seen him a lot. But how do you feel about plausible deniability?
Unfortunately, it is not you. It is. I swore a blood oath. It's blood magic, Quinn. I know it is you, and the magic knows it is you more importantly.
Bugger. I change back into myself. What a shot.
I know you're not allowed to share much info. Does it involve crystals?
Does what involve crystals?
Just like old magic. There's something on the crystal theme.
Oddly specific guess.
Yes. There are crystal elements to it, but it's not anything outside of the normal magical range of using crystals as magical focuses, storage devices, and the like. Much in the same way a diamond is used to revive someone, it is a source of energy that can be used by the weave to create the magical powers.
Why, you got an Auldus ball crystals lying around?
No. Reno stops smiling. Like, they're pretty much always grinning, and like you notice it's like the leaves like sort of dull and like wilt a little bit, and they're like, I'll go see if Applebee's returned, and then they'll just go and like sit on the like balustrade around the edge of the balcony.
Aww.
Not really chat, just kind of like look away, and they'll pull out their little notebook and just be like scribbling things.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
You're all good. I'm just thinking.
I hate when people do that. Means they've got more fucking secrets.
It helps I compute.
It doesn't.
Well, rather than think.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else that you want to...
I don't know what to ask.
Just so I wrap my head around it, the first world was the existing one, and now
That's
this,
where everything started, and then the
And this is
dwarves
elsewhere.
first came. Yeah.
Right.
This is the new world, I guess you could call it.
Is it like another plane like the Feywild, or is it something a bit further?
You can't plane shift between here and there. It's more like a parallel reality.
Can you get there through tunnels? You know, you mentioned those deep, dark, scary tunnels.
I didn't mention that. That would have just been the kind of creation myth that you would know, like kind of like an inherent kind of like almost akin to the God making the world in 7 days, akin to that level of kind of like just base knowledge of a thing.
On the first day, the dwarves tunneled through.
yeah, that kind of shit.
Take two of that line.
And on the seventh day, the ash piles rested.
So, if the like creation story is like more true than maybe I thought, are the tunnels like a way of getting to the old around? Are they like interdimensional tunnels or what?
We tried many ways of reaching the first world, including the deep places of the world, the deep and dark places, such as the Underdark and the
Underdark.
other such places. But we used a device called the Oculum to find magical weak points in Ellseworld that could allow us to travel to other places. It seems that some of the magic that created this world lies residually dormant in certain locations and can allow you to harness it for other purposes, for casting spells that wouldn't normally be possible.
Right.
Is that what these rifts are?
It's related, yes. The rifts are empowered by this same kind of magic. There must be a point somewhere near Ria Prince, I would imagine. So he kind of like looks back to the kind of like sky above the ocean where not but probably an hour or so ago he fell from the sky.
Would he know that the Crimson Gallants are like not really heroes anymore? They're kind of a bit bastardy.
When you mentioned them last time to him, his exact words were, "Oh, they're real."
Yeah, I think for a lot of recent-ish history, they've kind of faded into being a bit of a myth
Fair enough.
rather than a thing that exists anymore.
Cool.
I think we should move him on and get him somewhere safer. I'd say to the king, but like he's dead.
I would like to be somewhere safer. I wasn't aiming for Ria Priz when I came
Where
through.
were you aiming for?
I was aiming for Yarak, of course.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
I was going to tell the High King what we'd found.
Yeah.
Well, I'm afraid you're a little bit late for that.
So it would seem.
I think Phixell, did you say something about that dragon guy, Mazilius Mizark, putting out like a find the princess?
The Dragon King, yes. He put out quite a price on finding her and a safe return to the...
He's probably the next best person for you to speak to, I'd imagine, Auldus.
Yes, I imagine so. He's always been a friend to the dwarves.
And we could go to the Golden Tooth as well.
Yes, it's quite close to here.
I've only ever been there once.
It's kind of, as far as well, yes, of course, I'm from there as well, so it would be nice to return home after this ordeal.
Are you all speaking off if we're from there? Hello, yeah, from the Tooth.
Oh, we're from the Tooth?
Yeah.
That's like the best city I've ever seen.
Depends where you are on it.
It's so pretty.
We're quite low down.
Have you been to Jarak?
Yes, we went there quite a bit.
Well,
You know, I'm a bit of a dweeb myself.
yes, well, I didn't know that, but
Dwarf weave?
yes.
Fucking damn
Look,
it.
they're cool, okay. They're just smaller, they're cute, so they make good ale.
They sound great.
Do you not find the majesty of the magma forges far surpasses the elegance of the Golden Tooth?
Yes, I guess it's just more nostalgic memories with the Golden Tooth.
Very well. Well, any case, I wouldn't be remiss to see the Tooth again. It would be nice to see a friendly place.
After 100 years as well.
Well, it's only been a few years for me.
Just a quick.
That was all. That was also mentioned last time.
Just a quick thing to go back to with
Yes.
Mazilius Mizark.
Yes,
So the guy in the myth supposedly.
the Syrian miser.
Different. Sorry, my mistake.
But I assume from the same family. A
It
descendant.
It would be, pretty.
Great.
clear.
So what are they? Mazilius and
That one's Massyrian miser.
Syrian and Mazilius.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
They're only allowed to use certain letters of the alphabet when they
Okay,
name a child.
One of them is the dragon that helped create everything. The other one is
The
the
other one
dragon
is
which is
currently,
currently
like,
the
the
king
king.
in Goldtooth.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll just put them on.
We assume that they're related.
Whilst we are on the topic of dragons, you two with the fun necklaces.
Oh yeah.
Are you dragons? Like, it's okay if you are. It's just, it would have.
You kind of see as they both look to each other,
Okay.
look back to you.
Like two naughty children that have been caught, like with their hands in the
You see the
car.
steam just begins to kind of emanate from like their kind of nostrils, as you see kind of like both of them just kind of like Phixell, Digby still looking at Phixell kind of like, yes, I'm a dragon, of course.
I roll into. Oh, you missed it.
I don't roll insight anyway.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me!
Like both of them, or
18. Are they fucking
Yeah.
with us?
You seem to think this is the truth.
Wait,
Okay.
both of them? Or,
Are you asking that?
Do they, both of you?
And Digby kind of, yes.
And you got captured by the Gallants.
They were incredibly sneaky.
We're level 1.
Queen.
No,
No, they're both.
Yeah, who is?
they're
Did you
both
know that
bronze.
one that showed up?
we're the colours that we are.
All right, I don't read full colours again. This is so cool.
There was that dragon that flew over your head when you arrived at the town.
Yes, there was.
Do you know what that was about, or?
I'm afraid I don't. I have informed several other people of it. That is a rogue dragon, I'm afraid.
Wow,
So what should eat a bird?
so sneaky.
Well, I definitely want to see your place now that I know that you're a dragon.
Yeah, we should get
Yeah,
those.
if that one up above was a rogue dragon, what the fuck are y'all? And not the collective y'all now. I mean, you two, y'all specifically. What the fuck?
Well,
We rode with you for like a month.
it's much more inconspicuous to travel in this form, as you might gather.
Well, yeah, but like, why fucking bother?
Well, I can't just look at the size of this place. If I come in here in my true form, I would destroy it, essentially. I'm far too big. And in this way, I can interact with you regular people.
Oh, okay, all right. I see the dragon modesty is out in force today.
I am just going to...
Oh, there is nothing regular about this group of people.
I'm just giving Rodeo side-eye. Like, is this another performance?
Oh, no, trust me. Look, if I was a fucking dragon, I would be a fucking dragon. You think I'd walk around looking like this if I could be 200 feet tall?
You can better
I love fucking.
Oh, look, don't get me wrong. I am hot shit, but if I could be hotter, bigger shit, I would be so consistently. And I would not have to worry about any of the things that I am currently worried about because I would be a fucking dragon.
You know what's going to make it even worse is you traveled with him for a month and he didn't let you ride him.
He didn't fucking tell me.
No.
And also,
You're going to film
my
him.
eyesight must be getting worse than I thought because I had no fucking clue.
Well, I'm quite a convincing shapeshifter.
Apparently so. Well, you just pissed me off even more. I was mad at you now. I was mad at you before. Now I'm even more mad at you for more
shit.
fucking secrets.
Someone's not getting cookies.
You have a lot of answers to give. And I ain't gonna ask no questions. I'm just gonna make you talk and you're gonna say whatever the fuck it is that you're gonna say. And then I will decide if I'm satisfied with your answers.
Give me a persuasion check at advantage. And have a point of inspiration as well.
She's fucking pissed. It's a 12 or... Oh, a 19
Nice.
plus was my persuasion. Plus 1, that's a dirty 20.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
You are right. I
She just like pulls up a chair directly opposite. And no one else is in the room right now. It's just her and Phixell.
The lights go down.
Everything goes dark. Just 2 spotlights. Even though it's like still midday. Everything else
Still
goes
midday
dark.
and you're on a balcony.
Everything else goes dark. She pulls up a chair and it's just like her and Phixell. Because yeah, she's known this guy for over a month at this point and thought that she trusted him and now has no idea what to think, so she's pissed. And she wants to know what the fuck's going on.
First of all, I would apologize for my deception. It wasn't my intent to deceive you in a malicious way. But as I said, it is easier for me to blend in this way. And, well, the Dragon King didn't want to cause a scene, but he wanted someone that he trusted here to witness this event happening. And if it was the princess, someone who could safely escort her away, which I could quite confidently do in my true form. But yes, it is risky for me to just be a dragon somewhere, for there are hunters of dragons, and there are a myriad terrible things that those hunters might do to me if they were to find me.
Oh.
We have our enemies, I'm afraid.
I appreciate that, but this little secret aside, I feel like there was still some information that you were not providing to us when you gave us this mission. I feel like maybe you missed out a couple of
Perhaps
key
this
puzzle pieces.
This is also more or less true. I wasn't here of my own accord necessarily. I was sent directly by the Dragon King to witness this event and to, yes, as I say, safeguard the princess were she to return and take her directly back to the Golden Tooth, where she would be obviously safely greeted by the Dragon King, the long friend and ally of her father.
Does that mean the Dragon King knows who I am?
I didn't give the details, I'm afraid. I kind of picked you all up en route when I saw your kind of expertise and specialities. I thought you may be of use.
Is the Dragon King considered like globally good, bad, neutral?
He is a golden dragon. He is extremely lawful good. The city of the Golden Tooth is kind of known as a pinnacle of law and good. And he, generally has been a keeper of peace in the recent times.
All sound. Thank you.
Many folk actually clamour for him to take the position of High King, but he
turned it down.
he has repeatedly turned it down until a fair election can be had once Yarak have a ruler once again.
Nice. Good lad.
Rodeo. Is
Yeah.
it like normal that dragons could turn into like, you looking things? Is that a thing that happens?
Yeah, that's the
Fucking
thing.
Marston.
I mean, I can't do it. We've established that.
I
I'm
could
pissed
appear
off.
as many different forms, not just this one.
Oh,
And my true form, of course.
wow. We're going to have so much in common soon.
May I ask, how old are the pair of you?
I am quite old. But Digby, and he kind of puts his hand on Digby's shoulder, and he's suddenly in the spotlight now too. Much younger, but a close friend and pupil of mine.
Yeah, come.
A boy toy, if you will. Can I roll insight for their sexual tension?
Sure.
God.
Palpable.
Ah, fuck. Nah. 8.
They seem to have a very nice platonic relationship.
If Netflix made
With
a
an A.
series about them, they'd be described as very good friends.
That's funny. Unfortunately. It seems that the Golden Tooth is probably our next destination, and I know you had a bounty in
The Baron's Crossing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's a way away.
But
Well, it's
If we're ever passing through.
the tooth is on the way up that direction.
Tooth is also probably a safer place for us to drop off Auldus.
Yes, I could quite easily get to Yarak from there.
Liza, do you still have that noble prick that we saved? Sorry, I didn't mean to correct.
Yes, yes, of course. He's in the cells.
Cool.
How many days is a hex, did you say, Al?
It is by foot. It is 2 days per hex. I
How many
will
hexes
double
have
check
we got
that.
to know?
6 to 8 days.
Yes, 2 days per hex. If you're on a mounted thing or a vehicle, it is 1 day per hex.
What about a couple of Durgans?
A couple of Durgans.
Yeah.
They would be quite a lot flyer.
They're
Quite a lot flyer. That would be quite a lot faster.
Mm.
They would be able to travel 2 hexes per day.
Yeah,
That's
we're not going to be able to get
crazy.
the collars off them though.
Have we tried?
Yeah.
Let's stick some
Have we
butter on.
asked our gnome friend?
Yeah.
Oh.
We've not exhausted all of our options, right?
He's significantly more magical than any of us.
Yes, I am currently without my spell book, however. It was something I lost on the way here, so
I didn't see it in the ocean.
yes, it didn't come with me. I lost it before I came through.
Cut to that goblin who's going to give fishing lessons, just like really good.
What have we got here?
What's a wish?
Oh no. Local goblin discovers
These
the dark
people are
magics.
clamouring for fishing lessons.
I wish for more customers.
They're all suddenly
Teach me how to use this net.
Everything's come true.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Please, I just want to make him happy.
Yeah.
And you kind of as you kind of mention these collars, you kind of see as Digby and Phixell look to one another, again with this kind of understanding, and say, Digby kind of looks to you, Quince. You said this was a shape tether.
I think so.
What is that?
Tethers you to one of your forms. It's very scary, especially for folk like us. It seems to have locked you to a humanoid form, so your less dangerous self, I'd be hesitant to say.
It also appears, you see as Digby speaks up, to prevent us from healing in our natural way. As he kind of looks to Phixell, and you kind of, you see the ruin of his face still very slowly scabbing over.
You seen anything like this before?
Auldus kind of would you allow me to have a look?
No, right.
He kind of goes up, has an Arcana check.
Can I give him advantage on that with the help action? I'll
I guess you've given him some
sure.
information
yeah,
about it.
because
haven't
I've examined Digby's, I'll just be like, you can look here, and there's this here, and so on.
Cool.
Nice.
With his roll, he got a dirty 20.
you? A wizardly 20.
So he learns almost the same amount as you. You actually technically learned more than he did from your examination because you got 25. And he kind of Yes, this would appear to have some kind of necromantic and abjuration qualities to it, and I can see quite plainly some kind of old dialect of Draconic on here. It's made of adamantium, though, so you're going to have a hard time getting this off, even if it's not enchanted.
I can speak Draconic if that's going to help at all.
I mean, so can they. So can I.
Yeah, Good.
The Draconic, which was discovered by Quinn, actually just basically describes what it is. It's called this in Draconic. It's called this Tellurium Theta, which is a very old Draconic way of saying shape tether.
I mean, I've got a plan for getting their collars off, but I don't think you like it.
Does it involve chopping their heads off?
It does involve chopping their heads off.
I'd rather not do that.
I think that's what the Gallant was trying to do.
Well, yeah, but my plan then involves bringing you back to life. Coroner, can it be done?
Yes?
Can it be done by you?
No.
You're not
Fuck.
going to do it with like a jar again, are you?
You get the collar and put it back on.
We can't Applebee our way out of this situation.
Whilst I'm thinking about that, the fucking guy, the captain's sword that I commandeered.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you kept his cool sword?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it a cool sword?
It is quite a cool sword. It's this very long, quite
It's still
thick
laughing.
sword. Very much in the same style as the dagger that Quinn now has. It has this kind of like elven script down the end that says punishment on it. In Elvish, if anyone cared to read it.
Okay.
What is
The punishment
What does the
knife.
dagger say?
That says pain.
Do you want this?
As someone who
I'll be
also
honest
has
with you,
things
mate,
written
I'm
on
not
their
entirely
weapons where you
certain
can
that I
respect this.
can wield this. Is it classed as a longsword?
It is classed as a longsword.
Oh, then we're fine, yeah. I mean, if you ain't going to use it.
You carry a longsword as a rogue.
Supposedly.
Fair enough.
Then why you would? Because I'd get in the
Yeah, I was going
way.
to say, I don't know why as a rogue you'd want one, but...
I mean, I'm a long rogue.
I suppose,
stick it
put
over
it in
my
your trunk.
shoulder.
You've got an excellent swiping range.
Do they feel like things I would need to attune to?
They do not know.
And they're just very nice weapons.
You can certainly give
pain
them
and punishment.
an examine.
I'll get to examining my head chopping swords.
Cool. Yeah, you determine these are a pretty nice make. The longsword is a +1 longsword.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Very good.
Not even level 2 yet.
And yeah, it's called punishment, as you might have gathered.
Pain and punishment.
Well, they're the two little guys from Hercules.
Pain and panic.
Pain and panic.
Yeah.
Well, we just need a third knife called Panic.
Do you think we should wait the night, or leave ASAP, or wait until we're in better condition?
They kind of, all three of them look towards Eliza and kind of like, she can, as I said, you're perfectly welcome to stay here, and I like to think it's quite safe.
I don't.
To leave in the dead of night?
It's also an option.
I think, yeah. As much as I don't want to stay around as longer than we need to, I don't think there's many people left alive in this town that want to fuck with us. We seem to have dealt with most of them, and thanks to Applebee, most of them are now in the bottom of the harbour. I don't think they're in a hurry to come back.
What I'd say is 2 people you have left alive is Wayland and Captain Trenchcoat. They're the 2 people that you're not.
Captain Trenchcoat is
sure
out
of.
there and we don't know where he is.
The eye.
He's gonna haunt my dreams.
The eye.
I need to meet him.
And then Waylon, he wasn't really a gallant.
He wasn't
Didn't
a
we just kind of be like, hey, help us out, we'll let you go, and then he just kind of fucked off?
Reed let him out through the.
Oh, hello!
Reed let him out through the underwater passage underneath the Gallants
Oh,
house.
yeah. He's in the ocean, probably.
Was that Captain Trenchcoat?
No,
No,
that
that
was
was
Wayland. I thought
That was our.
Yeah, Captain
torturing
Trenchcoat, we've
torture.
only ever seen from a distance.
He also, I
we
think,
have
was
not
him
yet met
that
him in
ran
person.
the opposite direction when we first went into the second gallant
Yeah.
race. I think
He's just a guy. He's fine.
He's a sneaky guy.
He's a sneaky guy, but he's just a guy, and we fucked with him already. So if he's got any sense, which
If this is the
Debatable.
second campaign where me leaving someone alive kills a player character, I'll be livid.
He's a torturer. You never know what will happen.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll torture someone for money. That's his job.
Fair enough.
Would I
Oh boy, here I go torturing again.
ever want to get revenge on the Gallants? Is that something that you two would seek as dragons, or
Well, I certainly wouldn't mind showing them a bit of payback for what they've done to me and Digby, but I don't seek out revenge. I like to think I'm beyond that.
Fair enough.
They are an antagonistical organization, and I'm sure they'll try and stop our efforts in the future, but I don't actively seek to get revenge on them past getting them out of our way.
Well, if you want to stomp on that anthill before it becomes a bigger problem, when you're feeling better, do just let us know.
Why so?
Oh, pull out this glowing blue crystal.
Yeah.
This can transport an individual at a time into the Gallant HQ. I charmed one of them into giving it to me and before he went himself. So now I've just got it.
That's quite some prize. As you see, kind of like Phixell's face lights up with that, and you will see as Auldus kind of looks over to you sharply as you kind of pull this out. A transposition crystal. Wow.
Yes.
The Gallants have. You got that from a Gallant. That is quite.
Gave it to me willingly and all.
That is quite.
After I charmed him.
That is quite some prize to take from their hands. A rare item.
Ooh.
That's not something that they could like stop you being able to use, is it? Like they can't block it.
I'm not sure.
Well, one thing, have you considered that they can travel back through it?
Possibly, but I've not been able to cast Identify upon it yet.
Right.
Is that something that you have prepared?
If you could find me some of the spell components and perhaps a new spell book, I could quickly, I'm sure I could get it done.
We should not then.
Let's just every night dig like a pit of spikes and just leave it hanging above it and see what happens.
I have a stupider idea.
Oh yeah.
Putting it in the bag of holding.
Yeah. Every time we open it, there's just Gallant
It's
corpses.
just corpses that pour out.
Every morning.
Trying to find it too
Shake out the Gallant bag.
Speaking of which, if we're going to hang around here so that everybody can get their short rest, and then I assume later today we're going to make tracks out of the city towards Golden Tooth. I am going to head into town to get any supplies that we might need for the journey, and maybe see if we can procure some kind of vehicle.
Cool, yeah.
I
Like,
too.
if we could get hold of a cart just to, you know...
My cart is still parked outside of town. You kind of find, they just kind of say
Oh
this.
yeah. I got a mount. Yeah.
Were you all going to fit in your vehicle?
It's quite a spacious cabin. It would certainly fit at least 4 of you comfortably, and I'm sure you can squeeze in the rest. Although actually there are quite a number more of us now.
I can just sit on someone's shoulder. It's
Yes,
fine.
you really don't take up a space.
You weigh a gram.
I can turn into a motorbike.
I'm proficient with
Give me
vehicles.
a deception check.
I could turn into a small child.
It's pretty good, actually.
Does your
18.
mass change? Do you become heavier like when you turn into an orc?
I think so. Like I don't get stronger. or
Yeah, I don't want to
anything,
worry
but,
about how like physically that would
yeah.
work, but like
Yeah.
okay.
my changeling moistness helps lure the transition essentially.
And
Stop.
fills in the gaps.
Fills in the gaps.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
The muscles on the orc are just big lube
They're
sacks,
just
basically.
slime sacks.
Slime sack is a
Nice.
better word
Don't
than
like
lube
that.
sack.
Lube sack is hateful.
I'm sorry.
Better.
So as you kind of finish this short rest up here, you kind of finish your questions to Auldus and Phixell. We're going to take a little break here just to go pee and get some drinks and have a
Go
break from
car
this
shopping, baby.
relentless RP. But yeah, thanks everyone who is in the chat. We'll be back shortly. This won't be a long break. We'll be back with some reappraise shopping. I think maybe some fishing lessons. But yeah, stay tuned. We'll be back soon. Don't go anywhere. I'll know and I will find you.
Bye.
Oh,
There we go. We're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ellseworld Session 6. If you haven't tuned in already, why?
Planet.
Oh, wait. What's happened here?
Oh no.
No, my camera's off. All you can see is my bedroom.
that's not.
Oh no!
Oh,
Nobody
no.
look! Don't look!
That's not part of D&D.
That's his,
no,
his
Callum's
special
gone as well.
sector. And I would like to make all of you forget that.
And
Yeah.
Also,
You
we
didn't
still,
see that.
got Patreon boons in the.
Yes. Oh, yes. I need to use.
You got yours. Cal's used theirs.
Bonus disadvantage
did
on
you
someone.
have? Oh,
I can,
God.
I can render unto a disadvantage.
Oh, no.
This fish is going to go terribly.
I know.
So as you finish up your short rest, you kind of ask these questions. Phixell kind of like looks to Digby and Digby, friend, what happened to my stuff, my things in my room? And Digby goes, I took care of it. And he kind of like goes off for a few moments, comes back, and you see him kind of like bring in this kind of like trunk.
A smouldering pile of that. So no one else can get it.
Yeah. If you can't have it, no one can. There you go, sir. And he kind of, Phixell opens it up, he roots around it in for a few minutes and pulls out this like quite large jangling coin purse. He kind of like goes up to you, Rodeo, and kind of like hands this over to you. He gives you this coin purse with 1,000 gold pieces in it.
Oh. I assume that's for everybody.
Yes, sir, to share. Sorry, that's Digby's voice. To share.
How many of us are there? 6 of us.
I only
Yes.
see 5 right now.
Don't start that this early on.
Nah, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. Oh my god.
Did he help though? Did he help? Is he worthy of the?
I have no idea.
payment?
Yes,
Does he have a concept of money?
he hid the bodies. That's what
Yeah.
he used to.
Yeah.
We also did very publicly kill them though, so I don't know how
Yeah,
much.
true.
Most people
Well,
run away at that point.
That's 166 gold
Yeah.
pieces each.
Were we promised a flat rate when we signed up to this?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think we were given a number.
Can you like add in an extra 200 so that it divides
For, like,
nicely
emotional
between
damages?
the 6 of us? Yeah, for emotional
Give me a-
damage
give me a strength
and
check.
for lying to us about who you
Give me
are.
a strength check.
We get an extra 200.
21.
Was that
Fair
an
is
actual
fair.
20?
And you see as he like
Oh, okay.
pulls out another 200 gold pieces and gives it to you.
Thank you very much.
That just rounds us off to getting 200 each.
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
Pass around the rubber, children.
No, I'm going to steal it.
I keep my gold up.
I'll keep hold of Applebee's for now while
Okay.
he's gone. But like, I will let Tom know when
Alright.
he comes back.
That's up to you.
Did I start with any gold?
You would have. We can sort that out after.
Oh,
the
apparently so. No, don't worry. I have 29.
Cool.
I need
Yeah.
the eraser.
Radio believes in people getting paid for the work that they do, and she considers that Appleby has helped.
Put in the hours.
He's definitely put in the hours doing something.
Sorry.
Cool.
Whether they did it intentionally
Whether or not he does know what money and getting paid is we'll cross that bridge when we burn it. I don't know.
When he's
Whatever the phrase is.
if he comes back.
If he comes back.
I've been meaning to ask as well. It's a shame he's not here while we're all talking and getting to know each other and stuff. But why do you eat people?
Oh,
Like, is that just a fairy thing? I don't really know. Oh, okay.
well, I don't know. It's like where I'm from. If like something dies, you should like make sure that that has a purpose, because otherwise they're going to waste. So I just like consume a little bit so that they're living on through me. Then I have a bit of a mourn, just like say goodbye, and then carry on.
So, like, the physical corpse has purpose.
Yeah. Well, otherwise they're just sort of there. I'm on,
Interesting.
Yeah, we've always done it, but like if we kill something, we have to eat it.
What? Have to or choose to? Or both?
What would happen if you didn't?
Well, I'd be pretty sad about it. And their soul would probably be really angry with me. That's what I think.
I think their soul's probably angry with whoever killed them.
Yeah, sometimes that is me.
Yeah, but what about the ones that's not you?
I don't know, just like you should, I just sort of believe you should put them to rest in the right way.
I did. I put hold on him.
Yeah, but okay.
What if dying was their purpose?
I believe that too. But that doesn't mean you can't be sad about something.
I don't believe dying's anyone's purpose.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another time. I feel like that's a long and heavy conversation.
I don't see why. That's illogical. We learn from history and those who came before. When people die, things get lost. Nothing can be learned.
I can't help but agree, actually. If we had someone from the Genesis, for example, we wouldn't be in this situation.
We're gonna have plenty of time to chat about this while we're on the road.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long trip. It's gonna be a long
I
trip.
don't know if you and I are going to align morally.
It's all
But that's
fated.
fine.
People die when they need to anyway. So I mean,
Yeah. High five.
The world's
Yeah.
tiniest time.
Life ends,
What's a high five?
existence
I just kind
carries
of did
on.
that on instinct.
We shouldn't
Yeah.
It's a fairy thing.
Well, high fiving is a very.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't life carry on?
That's how they reproduce.
Like, when you get old, you get decrepit, and then
When
your
some
body stops.
people get old and decrepit, there are others that will never die.
Well, they can carry on. If you're not meant to die, you're not meant to die. That's fine. But for the ones that are meant to die, they should probably die. Because if they don't, existence becomes agony.
And there's accidents as well. Like some people, like you might fall down the stairs, or if you're climbing a mountain, like you might not be well prepared for it, or like, there's that. But I don't know where I was going with this point.
I'm heading out. Y'all want anything?
Yeah, fishing lessons.
And I'm just like, bring us out the door.
We'll put a pin in this, and when everyone's in more of a mood for it, I'm up for a debate. I be my tribe debating team.
If we want to stay up and talk about the weird things of the world, that's like my favourite pastime.
We can have a weird sleepover like we used to do when we were on the road. I know that you will stay up until dawn chatting about shit. That's fine.
We're gonna have good nights.
We've got time.
Do you, out of interest, you show reverence to the witching hour? No.
I can if you want me to.
Just
time is
to
it?
see interesting, Canoe. It happens between 3 and 4 a.m. every single day.
Ooh, that's like a really awkward time for my sleep cycles, but I'm sure I can make it work.
Yeah, it was awkward for mine as well. Didn't fucking stop him. You get used to it.
Is that what you were doing?
Got to prepare spells. It's when like the weave is weakest or closest to us. It's when I take my magic book and put all the spells in my brain.
I can do that too, like change my spells that I know. We could do it
Oh.
together.
These are the only ones that I know.
Oh.
Actually.
We could do like a little ritual hour. I don't know, if you want company, I'll be up for it.
I think I'll learn more. I've also got this one.
Is it weird that Company wasn't even one of my characters, but like knee-jerk playing more Fortune of the Company? Hello, yes.
Oh, good. Yeah, Quinn just like flip through and show you the spell book for like just.
It's
just
so cool. I don't really know how I know my spells. I just sort of wake up and I know the ones that are useful.
So as you two have this conversation, as you look through Quinn's spellbook, Rodeo, you're off out into the town.
Yeah,
Anyone?
I'm not. I can't participate in this conversation. It's too highbrow for me.
You joining
I'm
for?
heading out with Grandma.
Cool.
And now they're talking about magic bullshit, which again, I'm just kind of like, nah, friend, let's go.
Yeah, can't remember what you're doing.
Probably just hanging out and sticking around to make it a long rest because they
Cool.
are
Oh, yeah,
in a very
you're-
bad way.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've had a short rest so far,
Yeah.
essentially, and you will have had a consciousness for about 30 minutes at the moment. as
Yeah,
that's kind of-
I'll
you're
just
just
stick
fucking out
with the
Cool.
the conglomerate of prisoners and patrons
Yeah.
alike, and just make sure everything's alright.
Y'all need anything?
Yeah, the short rest has gone off.
Oh,
so
I
it's
know,
fine.
like,
You hit
I don't
those
know.
everything.
I don't know how potions work on you.
They have a normal effect, I think.
Alright, it's good to know.
Not being told otherwise.
Might be, alright. Might be worth stocking up on a few if we're going to be heading
It's
out.
not bad. Actually, if you could buy me a health potion, I'll pay you back.
That's alright, no problem.
Alright.
I'll make sure we've got enough to keep us covered. Anybody else? Y'all want anything?
shopping?
Milk, eggs, cigarettes.
Honey, that would be nice.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know why I said that. I'm coming shopping too.
Oh, you coming as well?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm good. I think I'll stay here.
Yeah, half if you guys stay here so that the dragons don't wander off,
These
I
are two
guess.
squishy ones. We'll be
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I'm not planning on being long, but like,
Oh yeah. I am.
get some supplies and then we can speed
We'll
run
be
this
fine.
bit.
We got
so
two
I know
dragons.
what we want.
What's going
There
on?
can't be dragons.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
currently undragoned.
Yeah.
Undungeons your dragons.
How to tame your dragon.
I have 8 hours to kill. I don't have to sleep. Let's make some fucking adamantine acid. Let's go.
Oh god.
Are you awake while you do this?
They're in like a low power mode.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're in,
I'm in
like,
standby.
saver mode.
Okay.
Like, when you
So
close
like,
your laptop,
if you
don't
shake
turn
the
it off.
mouse, I'll wake up.
Yeah.
We'll save the philosophical debate for
It's like an elf. Only has to meditate for 4 hours, but it still has to take an 8-hour long rest.
Yeah.
They still
Okay.
have to like be resting.
I have to do that as well, I think. No, I don't. Ignore that. Not true at all. Magic
Could
can't,
do that
magic
if
can't
you
put me
want.
to sleep, though.
That's good.
Nice. Good to know.
I have the capacity to have a chat if you want though.
Nah, save it for another time.
Save it for our travel montages.
When you're more awake.
Cool. What shops would you be going to? There is in Ria Priz, Rod Gods, of course, the
course.
fishing shop ran by Payet. Gilbert's Goods, you may be able to figure out who the proprietor is there.
Rod Gilbert.
A Surplus of Arms, which is a weaponsmith. The market that you were at this morning, which is currently deactivated because it was the hosting ground for the fight, yes, yeah, and the rift
Yeah, everybody
opening.
ran away.
So they're all gone. There's the second market level is still operational, which deals in like scavenged goods from the sea, treasures, and other potentially like more shady dealings. And the Bird's Nest, which was a shop near the other entrance to the top entrance to that gallant hideout, which is a gun shop.
Where are you going?
Where am I going? I'm gonna go. It's probably to the general goods store.
Cool.
Basically, I'm good. We can speed run this bit. I want to buy a healing potion for everybody.
Okay.
So that's what 7,
Yeah.
and that can come out of mine because they're not very expensive, are they?
Cool. Yeah, you go into the Gilbert's Goods, and yeah, you can meet Gilbert, a fairly unassuming, kind of plain-looking gentleman. Oh yeah,
He's well.
that'll be just 20 gold each.
20 gold each. So what? Times 7 is
140.
what do we do? Maths. There we go. So yeah, 140. That's fine.
That's for a common healing potion.
4, 7.
Really sad. Didn't have Gilbert Godfrey's voice.
I wish I could do it and not cry. R.I.P. He was one of the good ones.
Yeah.
His last role, he played God.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, in Smiling Friends.
Oh.
Yeah.
Will that be all?
Have you got would I know what a bag of holding is?
Yes, he would. Yeah.
Yeah. You got one of those?
No, it's more like just general goods. I'd say that's a more
It's a
specific
magic
magical
item,
item.
isn't it?
I don't
We
know.
might have to wait.
You kind of
till
see
we
as
get
this
to the
guy, very unbothered, just has his feet up on the counter,
He's
just kind of
tired,
like
it's been a
there.
slow work day.
Got a book in his hand, kind of like very casually doing the like sales with one hand.
Right. What's the most interesting thing you've got in the shop?
Probably the furniture. And he like points to a staircase at the back, and there's like a little stairway going up, and it says furniture upstairs.
Yeah, all right. I'll buy it.
Cool. Yeah, you go upstairs and you see as this kind of like shop, the kind of general store gives way to this kind of like nice wood carving kind of establishment up in the kind of upper floor. You can smell that distinct smell of like sawdust, and yeah, as you enter this room, you see as kind of a nice set of pristine wooden furniture seems to be laid out before you as you enter this kind of furniture portion of the general store shop. And you see at the back of the store, carving away, doing some sanding, actually on a table leg, you see a minotaur just kind of like,
Oh,
Hello, mate. How's it going?
greetings. Well, thank you.
Excellent. What have you got that is easily transportable? Like a chest of drawers is not the vibe.
A small stool, perhaps. As he points to a corner, you see this kind of like three-legged stool in the corner, like a nice varnished dark wood.
How much for the stool?
5 gold pieces.
How much with it to come with a backrest that would support me?
I could get you. There's chairs if you like.
No, I want the stool.
I'd have to custom make it, but another 5 gold, perhaps.
Yeah, done. How long? Before I give you the money, how long is that going to take?
2 hours, I'd say.
Yeah, sound.
I
Fine.
need to finish this table first.
Cool.
are we
Here.
getting a little fishing chair?
Love that. Love that.
I love you.
You're gonna have to get a really big
Honestly, by
bucket
the way.
hat to fit over your elephant head.
Hey, Gilbert downstairs.
Nice one.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I honestly thought that furniture bit was improv when Cal was like, "Oh, bye." I was like, "Oh, I can't wait to see Elliot improv the furniture bit." And I was like, look to the side and be like, "Yeah, so actually, love that."
You ever been to a shop and there's just a furniture shop upstairs?
Yeah.
It happens.
We've all been there.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Fantasy IKEA.
Anything else? As you kind of go back down, like Gilbert, you presumably pay Gilbert the 10 gold.
10 gold. I've commissioned a store. I'll be back in a couple of hours. Thank you.
All right. Anything else? As you're walking out.
Nah. Did you want anything else? I've said no, but
No one else requested anything specific. So I've got everyone's getting a healing potion from me, and then you can all owe me 20 gold at some point, I guess, if you actually want to pay me back.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
sure.
it can be a gift.
Just take it now so we don't forget.
He then is already back to his book as you leave Gilbert's goods.
As we're leaving, Reed would be like, "What did you buy?"
fucking, when did you get here?
I said I was coming along.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh, did you want anything from the goods shop?
No.
Okay.
You have gotta be in my line of sight.
I'll sit on your
Very
shoulder.
stealthy.
Thank you.
I'll just give you 20 gold as well.
Right.
Yeah, I'll assume everybody pays me back.
Oh, I commissioned a stall.
Out of wood.
Fucking hope so.
Cool. Reed
Out of
reaches into their pocket and
bones.
pulls out whittling tools, and he's like, "I'll make you a chair anytime."
Oh.
Or like a model of a cow, or any other creature,
I'll take a model of a cow.
like a little one. Okay.
Yeah.
You find the wood. I'll make you a cow.
Deal. You look
Nice.
around and you see loose planks on these jetties. There's quite a few of them, some of them covering
a
up
little side
holes.
quest while we're travelling.
Yoink.
That's a
I
lot
didn't
larger
pick
than
up-
I need.
I'm gonna pick it. That's fine. That just means multiple commissions.
As
That
you
makes
see
a small
Shadow
wooden
lifting
zoo.
this log that's maybe 4 times the size of you.
Could you find like an offcut?
Just like a little cube.
It's not going to be to scale of a cow, just so you're aware.
Right. Well, that
Well, it will be too
Disappointing.
that somewhat puts a dampener on the cow. But I'm willing to forgive you.
Theoretically, if I had a workshop in like a week, I could make you a full cow.
But yeah, if
You
you
can
want,
get inside it and we could like wheel you to the base of your enemies.
Should we just roleplay that now?
Trojan
Screw the rest of this session.
That's way more fun.
Yeah, let's go for the Trojan cow side
but
quest.
yeah, sure. If you want an offcut of the wood,
Bit.
that's fine.
Yeah,
And
you-
I launch the log into the air, and with my trunk, reach round, pull out punishment, and
Yes.
Nice.
All
Oh, yeah,
right.
Reed will just
all
like-
right.
And then start
You can-
whittling down.
Can I get like a fist-sized chunk?
Cool, perfect.
Yeah.
Wait, my fist
Yeah,
or normal
what
fist?
kind of fist?
Normal fist-sized
Okay.
chunk, boys. So it's like a boulder for you,
Nice.
I guess.
Yeah.
All good.
Okay,
go.
busy for a little
Can
bit.
I do this on your shoulder?
yeah, just don't get any splinters in my ear.
Sits on your head. I can't hear
We're
it.
just on the top of his head. Amazing.
Sit on a
Starts
tusk.
whittling away.
I put my rift shades on in the hope that they act like goggles.
Safety goggles.
Nice.
I'll roll for I'm going to
It's not sealed to like a splinter gets like in behind this.
Why is this worse?
It'll be just proficiency because you're proficient with those tools.
Okay. It's not the best. It's not my best work. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, right. 7.
7. You don't get a lot done in this kind of session as you kind of like just make a start on it, and you kind of still think there's a lot of work to be done here. You've kind of just carved like the butt and tail.
Yeah.
That's
It'll
it.
look way better when it's finished.
Turns out Reed doesn't actually know what a cow is yet. He's just
He's like
guessing.
looking at a book at the same time. Like,
He's just guessing.
Just looking around and taking bits from people we go past.
It's fine, man. Sometimes the wood just doesn't do what you expect it to do.
Sometimes it just isn't a
becomes
cow
something
in
else.
there.
I'll relate to that. It'll be finished and then it'll look great.
Is your rocket not lifting off? Why the fuck that ever is?
Whittle cow.
Right.
Side quest.
Side quest.
Whittle a cow. my side quest so far, I'll whittle a cow and take Regnor home with me.
Oh god, you have to go back right now.
How could you forget? Ragnar, I'm personally convinced that Ragnar was the main quest of this entire campaign.
Or getting him to another continent.
Yeah.
Cool, so it's like
Yeah.
He's the
that
MacGuffin.
definitely know how to paint cats.
Oh yeah, a cat. Yep. One of them little squeaky guys.
One of those little guys.
Turns up with a carving of the cat from fucking. Oh, God, never mind. That film.
Yeah.
That's when you meant cats.
Yeah, no.
Just Judy Dench.
Oh no.
Any other shops you'd like to go to?
I'm
You said the word guns.
Yes.
How am I not going to go?
The Bird's Nest.
Yeah.
Gunslinger wants to go gun shop, and then let's go Fimsk.
Let me just find.
Go where, sorry?
Fimsk.
Fimsk.
To rod goods. To catch
Oh,
Fimsk.
you want to go
And get harpoon.
Fimsking. I'm not going to have enough money left for the harpoon, I
We
don't
will
think.
rob a rod.
What we do in the shadows is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. As
Oh,
you
yeah,
go up to the highest level of Ria Priz, you once again go to that kind of mossy outcrop where you
Appleby?
found the where you found the
Just sleeping on the
entrance
floor.
hidden of the other
yeah, Applebee's
Gallants
duvet.
place. Yeah, Applebee's
Okay,
duvet,
just kinda
Applebee's
sat.
cloak. You can even see that as you kind of walk up past here now with it uncovered. You do see that trapdoor. As you walk up to this, what appears to be kind of stone gazebo that has these wicker walls built around it with an entranceway that has been kind of haphazardly weaved out of the wicker work at the top of this kind of cliff edge as you are pointed towards on a handmade sign the Bird's Nest. And you see a goblin scurrying around inside there and these kind of like tables laden with metal objects. And as you get closer and closer, he kind of sees you coming, being there's not much else up here. You go, yeah,
Howdy.
welcome to the Bird's Nest.
What do I want? Hang on.
Can I interest you in a firearm?
You sure can. Does he have anything bigger than a pistol?
Do I have much things bigger than a pistol? Yes.
Entertain me.
Well,
I love Robbie Williams.
are you looking for a two-handed weapon, or just something one-handed and bigger, or perhaps one-handed and faster, or perhaps a bit of both?
Oh, I
Got a
want.
furniture store upstairs.
When you say faster,
More bullets per thing you can do.
okay. Oh, okay. That does interest me, and also there's like the single-handed guns that are larger than what I currently have. I don't want a two-handed weapon just yet, but I am interested in the single-handed weapons.
Well,
I also have a question for him in a minute, but
in terms of faster, I could offer you this revolver, as he kind of like goes and picks up this like what looks to be a handmade piece here with this very long, thin barrel and this kind of like 6 bulleted cylinder in this kind of polished chrome style. As he kind of like goes off to one of these benches, throws a few guns out of the way, and kind of like finds this at the bottom of the pile. Says, "This thing," and he kind of like slams the thing in the middle.
And he
Like, I
goes-
wish I knew the name of it. And again,
Barrel.
spins around.
Barrel.
Yes.
No, the chamber.
Whatever it is,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was the-
Spins
The
the
spinny
chamber.
bit.
Yeah, and then clicks it in place and kind of like fires off a shot and is like, revolver.
pretty hot. Okay.
Fires it at the wall and you realise that his walls are just littered with
There's just
holes.
holes
You
everywhere.
see what appeared to be a poor weave at first is actually just riddled with bullet holes.
Where it goes through and fucking hit someone.
There's warning signs at like a 5-mile radius around
Yeah.
this guy's house.
No, that's just not loading. What mechanically does a revolver do? The thing isn't loading for me,
Cool.
unfortunately.
This is actually a weapon I made myself. It's based off of a few things. So it does 1d8 damage per shot. You would only need to reload it after firing 6 shots. And also,
I
as
don't think I need to reload anyway.
you don't need to
Like
reload
gunsmith
anyway.
thing.
But what you can do with the revolver as a special action, as one of your attacks, rather than adding anything to the hit roll, you can choose to fire it an amount of times equal to your dex mod plus proficiency, as long as there are bullets in the chamber to do so.
Oh.
Ooh.
So instead of adding anything to the damage,
Instead of adding anything to the attack roll,
Oh, to the
you can
attack roll.
fire off multiple things you fan the hammer.
so I
like that.
just
That's really cool.
So I just roll.
You just roll just the dice.
Time.
Just the dice for each shot.
No
but yeah, you
proficiency,
can
no.
you can shoot an amount of times equal to your proficiency bonus plus your dex.
Jams visually, that's got to look like the.
Yeah.
You know when they do the.
Yeah,
hammer?
that's tempting. How much would that be?
That'd be 500 gold.
Oh, fuck off. No, that's
I
not
will
gonna...
throw money in.
Yeah,
No.
I'd put cash into that.
No, there will be a time to purchase a gun for that amount of
And
money.
I would like it to be now.
No. Trust me.
Using arcane artillery.
No, I'm using that one is a homebrew one that I just made.
That is sexy. I will be saving up for it, not necessarily immediately. Does this guy have like special bullets of any kind?
Yes.
Magic bullets?
Yes.
You.
Well, I have spell bullets.
Spell bullets.
Which are bullets that spells can be placed into them, and upon impact, the spell could go off, depending on what kind of spell it is, really.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Revivify.
A bullet that,
What if they instead fired healing bullets?
bullet that unkills you? Oh my
I
god.
was thinking Trump person.
Oh,
That was good.
That sounds like the kind of gun that Moss would have had.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she'd shoot you with a normal bullet,
Yeah.
and then bring you back to life with another one.
What comprehend languages do?
Oh god.
But Cure would
Moss
just
would
like
just have
cancel
two
itself
guns.
out.
I could also provide you with a grudge bearer bullet.
What is that?
Carve someone's name into it, and if you're firing this bullet at them, it has a much higher chance of hitting them.
How much does one of those cost?
Just 50 gold pieces.
50. Right. Yes, she's buying one of those.
Cool. Yeah, you said.
Just the one.
Nice. Yeah, you have a grudge bearer bullet.
Cool.
It comes with like a little tiny pick that you can use to carve someone's name onto
Oh,
it.
alright, I know exactly what I'm doing with that.
Yeah, what name are you putting on?
Shadow.
Maybe you'll find out when she does it later.
Oh, I was asking in character.
Ragnar.
Ragnar.
That poor guy.
Or did Shadow ask that?
Yeah.
Does Shadow do that with his like
Shadow does
elephant?
Oh, Cal does.
The big elephant hands is like.
Just yeah.
I
Radio just kind of like gives you like a side eye as she tucks it like into her like chest pocket, and she'll be like, "Let's hope we never have to use it."
Yeah, alright, fair enough.
Just
That's
round the bullet, just all of our names.
Yeah.
Just all,
It's,
all five of them.
That's a story for another time at the bottom of a bottle. Maybe we'll get there one day, friend.
So, speaking of things we shouldn't ask about, have you got gunpowder?
Yes.
Almost definitely.
How much for like a small keg?
A small keg that will set you back 25 gold pieces for 100 grams.
That's very cheap.
In the context of an explosive,
Yes.
how much damage would that do sort of to a wider area?
A bit. That's depends what you use it on. If you used it underneath a person directly, that would hurt. If maybe you were doing it to like a wall, it might like blow a bit of the rocks off.
So,
I've got to ask, do you have a license and do you have a license?
That's
You're not
Shadow.
here.
Any of this legal?
What's a license?
yes, I do.
Oh,
And I pull
no.
out a piece of paper that says, I do what I want.
Apple panic.
In the context of, say, this room, if I was just to light this now and
Yeah.
walk out and then come back in, what's the...
The cabinet would probably shatter, table probably pretty ruined, Dan would be severely injured, maybe
Delightful.
Jamie would too.
That's just
An
normal.
amount
That's
of
part
damage
the
would
course.
be done.
Yeah.
Can I have 2 kegs but put into one? So
Just one,
So
basically.
one slightly larger keg.
one slightly larger keg.
Okay, yeah. All right.
200 gram keg.
Can I have 51 gold's worth of gunpowder? So slightly bigger than what you were just thinking a second ago, but by like a scoop.
An extra scoop more.
An extra scoop.
Okay.
Just because it could be important.
He does. So
Rounds
you
my
get,
gold up.
you have 51 gold worth of gunpowder. What I'd say is, as an action, you could put it down somewhere and light it, and it will do.
Damage.
Yeah, it will do 3d10 damage to anything in a 10-foot radius.
You're gonna Guy Fawkes the golden tooth.
Gonna Guy Fawkes something.
Yeah.
Maybe a fish.
See?
Sitting on your chair.
Dynamite fishing.
Gunpowder in your sleeve.
This is why I need lessons. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes, the other weapons also have what is known as a shotgun for close range use. I've also got what is known as a percussion carbine.
Oh, what?
A percussion carbine.
Say it again,
Amazing.
does not tell me what it means.
Well, it's It can daze people if they're hit by the bullets.
Okay.
Concussion grenade.
It looks like a xylophone.
Yeah.
Is the mistake undoer around?
Where is the eraser?
I had it briefly.
Oh, there you go, James. I can do that with a maneuver at level 3 anyway, so I'm less inclined to take that.
I'll take it. How much?
Do you want it?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my goodness.
What is it? How much does it do?
It's a percussion carbine. It does a bit of extra damage and could potentially disorient people a bit.
How much?
That would be 400 gold pieces.
Oh, fuck all of the way and immediately off.
Yeah, we're not quite ready for the big shit yet.
Yeah.
But it's good to know that it exists. I know what to save up my pocket money for.
Well, if you're interested in some cheaper
How do
items...
I make it? How do I make it?
Make it?
Yeah.
Well, it's a custom designed by me.
Okay, well that sounds like you're the right person to be asking how to make it then. How do I make it?
Well, it takes time and expertise.
I've got 2 of those things.
You could pay me for the design.
How much for the design?
1,000 gold pieces.
Fuck you and your knowing how business works.
It's patented.
They didn't call me Smokes for nothing. I smoked the competition
I see.
with my business acumen, not with firearms. And firearms. Well, some of them I did kill.
You have my everlasting respect, but not my coin. Apart from the coin that I gave you for this barrel.
I could sell you a normal gun if you like, if much cheaper.
I wouldn't know how to use it.
Okay.
Well, I do.
You know how to use guns, right?
Point,
Yeah.
click, thing, die.
Should do.
Well, that's sort of how it works, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't get much more complicated than that.
I'm interested. If I use one of those,
oh, God.
I've been
He
whittling
doesn't
on-
announce himself, and it's really upsetting.
I thought you were like a growth. And that happens more often than you think. If I fired a gun, how far back would I be thrown?
Oh, the gun's probably bigger than you.
He kind of like
isn't it?
twirls it and like puts it in your hand.
Can you hold it up?
It's like that bit in Harry Potter when he like waves the wand.
You're now holding his like personal gun, which is this very like hefty looking revolver in this kind of like cast iron style.
I wish I had invisibility left and they could just sprint away.
Just vanish with it.
Just do it anyway.
Just aim it upwards in a way.
Just through the room.
Oh, I'll get off your head.
Please.
Cool, give me an
I have
attack roll
very
at
Well, slammed
disadvantage.
into the floor.
This.
Yeah, and then give me a strength saving throw.
So hang on, how do I'm not proficient, am I?
Wow.
People's dex gets
It would just be your dex.
Wonderful. 8 on the
Okay.
attack.
God.
And then what was it?
A strength saving throw, please.
Okay, I'm not very strong. Oh, good on the strength save. 19.
19. You're not blown back at all by this, but you're kind of like aiming up. You're like kind of aiming up in like one direction. The gun goes off and it just flies off, just narrowly missing Smokes as it kind of flies over
Just
to you.
another really nice hole in the wall.
Goes through the wicker.
God.
No, definitely not.
Where?
You can keep the guns.
You can't aim for shit.
No, it's like the same size as me.
Yeah. He kind of like puts it back in his holster.
I can aim with rocks though.
Okay.
Watch yourself. Just
My
kidding.
rocks go a lot quicker than your rocks.
Oh,
He kind of like quick draws on you and then like puts it back.
damn. That gun's got rocks in it? That's cool.
I guess like, iron rocks.
Yep, it does.
Yeah, you know.
It's kind of the same principle.
Anyway, I think you might actually buy a gun, so I'm going to focus my attention on you.
This is a fun game.
I also have something which, another design of my own, it's called a volcanic pistol.
Oh.
It's a pistol, you can use it to lay down some kind of a covering of fire, and it does a slightly less damage than a regular bullet might, but you can also draw it a lot quicker.
Okay. What was the... You said there was a shotgun.
There is
You
also
said,
a
is that
shotgun.
Is that closer range than normal?
Yes, that is, the range is 30 by 60.
Okay.
And instead of shooting, you can make dexterity saving throws rather than making attacks. And you can also try and push things away from them.
What happens if they fail?
Then they take the damage instead. So instead of making the attack roll, you make them make a dex save.
Oh,
with a
so
shotgun.
instead of... Okay.
And sorry, let me just get the volcano pistol actual stats up. So you can fire 4 shots from it in close succession, and you can suppress enemy like movement and stuff. And you can choose a number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus. And until the start of your turn, allies who they're attacking get half cover, so you can potentially like protect allies with it. If a creature would score a critical hit against you, you can use your reaction to make a melee attack against the attacking creature as you try and block it, and it can make it not a crit.
Okay, that's quite useful. Is that going to cost me a lot of money?
That one costs 150 gold.
Oh, that's almost the amount that I have. What about the shotgun? Is that going to be a similar amount? I definitely can't have both, but I don't need both.
The shotgun is 100 gold.
The shotgun's 100 gold.
How much more do you need for the gun?
I can afford either of them, but I can't have both. But I don't need both at the moment.
Okay.
I do like the sound of the volcanic.
The volcano pistol does a d6 of damage as well. Whereas the shotgun does, sorry, I should have said that as well. Does 2d4 piercing.
Ooh, okay. Okay. What is going to be more useful for the next 2 levels until I can do interesting shit by myself at level 3? I think the volcanic pistols.
Cool.
Where it's at.
It kind of gets out this like very.
Spent a lot of money with this guy now.
Yeah, you have. He gets out this very like burnt black looking item that kind of has this like conical shaped muzzle as it kind of like extends out almost like a blunderbuss style barrel of this big weapon. As you see, it's almost like in the shape of a kind of like the base of a mountain as it splays out at the bottom. Cool. As you see this kind of glowing red barrel as he kind of spins this towards you and puts the handle out.
Hell yeah, I will take that.
Cool. Yeah, you have a volcano pistol.
Fuck yeah, that's basically all of my money.
So yeah, let me
send me send me those mechanics, I will keep track of them for next time.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go, I have spent all of my money, so I will be leaving. But I'm gonna. You're still here, aren't you?
Oh, sorry. The crit thing doesn't work quite how I read it. I read that slightly wrong. If a creature scores a critical hit against you, you make an attack against them, even if the critical hit would take you to 0 hit points.
Oh, okay. So,
So you make a reactive
down,
attack.
basically.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
no, that's still fucks. I like that.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I like that. Anything that makes me look cooler than I actually am is a bonus.
That is why I wear dungarees.
Before we go,
It really works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. This guy, what's it called? Smokes.
My name's Smokes.
Smokes. All right, Smokes. You got a fine hand here. This is some nice craftsmanship.
I'm gonna ask for you to marry.
Everything here made by me.
Well, I ain't seen
Oh no.
handiwork. What's going
Oh
on?
no, faulty alarm.
What is that?
I think that's rodeo in a tank.
Is that what I'm gonna look like?
That's
on level
rodeo
20?
in a field.
That's so good.
Fucking amazing. Thank you.
I think that's rodeo riding in Karna's final form.
Oh. Order 11
Drive me
20.
closer.
Carter's really trail off the path, Tarek.
Amazing.
They're healing bullets that come out of that massive tank barrel.
Amazing Gauntlet. So.
Yeah, thank you
That's
so much.
So much
Thank
Gaunties.
you so much.
Love
We'd
a
love
good
to see
Gaunties
it.
alarm.
Oh yes.
Where was I going with this?
You were singing my
I was
praises.
saying
somebody.
nice things to you, yeah.
Someone else did something cooler, man.
I ain't seen any work like this in a long time. I don't suppose you've come across anything that looks a bit like this in your time with your crafting. And she pulls out her little like battered leather notebook that she's got in her pocket. And she pulls out, there's just like, bits of paper and string, constant shit just like shoved in there. It's not very organised. She pulls out a couple of pieces of paper that are kind of, old and ragged and whatever. Puts it down in front of him. Opens them up and they look like gun schematics.
Yeah.
There's probably a couple like around that he's used himself. But they are gun schematics for, there's a pistol and there's a revolver.
Yeah.
And there are various key signifying features
Yes.
of them. And she wants to know if he recognises them at all.
Well, I've definitely seen designs like this, and a revolver one looks awfully similar to mine, actually. Where did you get these from?
Where did she get them from? She's had them a long time.
She would have had them a long time. She probably would have been just given them by...
They were custom made when she got them.
It would have
Specifically
probably
for
been
her.
given the designs by whoever made them.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like for flavour purpose they were dwarven made because
Cool.
she's from that area.
Yeah,
so, these are
It looks dwarven made, actually.
it sure is. These babies were travelling companions of mine for a very long time.
Oh, personal
And,
piece.
yeah.
Nice.
Very special. And unfortunately, they were relinquished from my custody a few years back against my will. And I'd very much like to get them back. And, well, trying to find some leads on where they might have ended up. Because, like you said, custom pieces, very good craftsmanship, very special. So I can imagine they might have changed hands for quite a bit of gold at some point.
Well, I imagine so, yeah. Guns are big property. Whereabouts do you lose them?
Where was?
It would have been in North Nargoli, near your hometown of Coldrush Gulch.
Yeah. Wherever I've been for the last 3 years, that's where they were taken off of me.
Cool, yeah. Maybe if you check the town of Phixell, it's quite nearby, and I think they've got quite a good market there. Perhaps it would have ended up there.
All right. Well, thank you for the information.
That's quite all right.
I very much appreciate it.
Now, how much would you sell those schematics to me for?
Oh, I don't think these are for sale. You know, sentimental reasons.
I understand.
Maybe one day when I get the originals back, maybe one day I'll be willing to part with these. But for now, this is all I have left of them. And it's my only way of getting those girls back home. So for now, I will be keeping these. Thank you very much.
I respect that. Come by anytime.
Will do. Thank you very much for your custom, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your gunpowder.
Will do.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
That's the plan.
Can you spell that place name for me real quick?
Which one?
The place where you said there was a
Oh,
market.
Phixell. Yes. Let me just go to it on the map so I can get the exact spelling. F-A apostrophe
Oh, of course.
S-A-R-C-H-E.
Okay, I never would have guessed that in 100 years.
Can you
Fantastic.
put it where it should be?
No.
It's here,
Okay.
it's here on the map.
It's here on the map. There it is.
Ooh.
Trust
Oh,
us.
no.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I went real quick then.
Oh, okay, so that's there, and I'm there.
Versace.
Versace.
Cal does not remember
And I've been
Shadow
up here
Word.
somewhere.
Yes.
Did Rodgard say how much the lessons were?
I have all the fishing stuff ready here if that's your next destination.
It is, but depending on how much the lessons are, it may not be done in this shop.
He didn't tell you, unfortunately, at the
What
time.
a fucking-
There are, what you would know from the flyer that was on the notice board is there are different levels of the fishing lessons as well.
Oh, there's luxury.
Different
fishing
intensities.
lessons.
You, gun salesman, Smokes. That was it.
That's me.
I'm good with names.
That's so soon.
Didn't leave.
You see, he was like tinkering with all the
Still
like guns
here.
and stuff.
Yeah. I'm getting some fishing lessons in a bit.
You see him pay it.
Yeah, him. Do you know how much those lessons cost? It's in your interest if you know how much they are.
At most 50 gold. But that's like, I think that's his premium service.
Yeah, all right. Can I have that shotgun?
Yeah, absolutely. 100 gold pieces.
I said, can I have that shotgun? And you said yes.
Oh.
So that'll be free.
Well,
Thank
no,
you.
you can have it for 100 gold.
Oh, fair enough. We'll try.
Well, it's payday. He like, pulls out his gun, fires off a few shots,
Yeah.
holsters it, and he like then ushers you out of the shop, closes the hobbled wicker doors.
He's going
and,
straight
like,
to the pub,
Whoa,
isn't he?
whoa. Open the door.
What?
I need some shells.
Oh, well, it comes with a few.
Oh, how many?
Enough.
Sit. God bless you.
Wait, did you buy the shop?
Unless you want anything made, he goes like to untie the doors. Unless you want anything made.
Anything else?
I wouldn't know how to
He
work.
ties the door back up.
Nice. Have fun. Right. I'm going to go see a man about a fish.
All right.
Cool. You have a shotgun. I have a shotgun.
For putting in for a group fishing lesson to help ease the day.
That would be nice.
You want to go fishing?
Yeah, I couldn't go fishing.
Cool. Well, as you all head down to Rodgods and as we go into what could potentially be a fishing lesson-based encounter series, I think that's where we're going to end the session for today.
Nice.
But thank you very, very much. First of all, to all you viewers, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you, Courtney, for the lovely art. That was amazing. Thank you, everyone that got into chat and said some things. And, of course, thank you to my lovely players. This was a very RP-heavy session.
Yeah,
thank you for carrying the weight of that. So that's really that's good. And thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. Let's do some plugs while I go pee.
First of
Oh,
all,
he's
I'm
gone.
going to tell you about, sorry, one sec, Dungeoneers_pack. That is an Instagram page that we run where we provide DM tools, player things, and just loads of weird and wonderful stuff. We've been a bit behind on posts, but you'll probably see a bombardment of a couple of little things coming up over the next couple of days. We also sell stuff on Dungeoneers Seller as well. You'll see the art that Tom, one of our resident artists, does. Some amazing stuff. He's done some stuff from some of the campaigns, as well as some other like little bits and bobs here, if you want to go check that out. Also, speaking of shops, the Bramble Row, go and check that out. She's not here currently, but Annie, who plays in one of our other campaigns, has a great crafty little shop that she sells wonderful things from. We also have a Patreon.
We have a Patreon. You can support us on there for money, and we will give you nice things, including you can vote on the nat 20s and the advantage disadvantage that you saw use this session. The wonderful James here will do your little sketch when you first draw if you go for the £5 tier or higher. We also have like gaming nights where we'll play with you guys. We've got some D&D creative streams. There's lots of fun stuff on there. You should definitely check out our Patreon and see.
And there's a special treat from Jams if you...
I said it.
We've just
You
done
said
that.
it? Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, when you join, you'll get a free little welcome sketch from me. And if you want to see an example of what you could get, go check out Heroes Grove on Instagram.
And if one sketch from Jams isn't enough for you,
Yeah,
Jams,
we want
what
one
can
every
people do?
month.
Yeah.
Then you can come and join my Doodle Club over on Ko-fi.com. Currently, all slots for this month are full and have all been fulfilled, but I imagine that they will not all be full for June. So when the month rolls around, I will make an announcement as and when more slots become available. And if you join the club, you get a free sketch of any character of your choosing as a thank you for supporting me. And as and when I start getting a bit more organised and adding things in, you'll be able to vote on extra bits of content, suggestions for future character designs, previews of comics and stuff as I work on them, and extra polls and little things of basically how to get involved and contribute a little bit more to what I do. So if that interests you, if you go on any of my social medias at JamsCanDraw, you should be able to find all of the links that will take you to the relevant places. If that interests you, go and check it out.
See if you can beat me in there.
Oh yeah, are you currently waiting for a slot for next month?
I am, yeah.
All right, well I'll let you know. You can
cheers.
be on the VIP list.
Now what we got to
I
plug.
think
I got
nothing
plugs.
more than making you draw
Your
one
plugs
weird
and
piece
plugs.
of shit every month.
Plugs, pugs, and automobiles. On Wednesday, it's my birthday. So say happy birthday to me on Wednesday, or I'll
Perish.
be
Be sad.
really sad.
Perish?
No, you'll perish if you
Yeah,
don't do it.
I'll cast Jared Leto in your favourite film.
How dare you?
On Thursday, come and see me at Bristol Tonic with the Tonic team and Catherine O'Driscoll as the headliner. And then on Saturday at the Cube in Bristol, which I think is a cinema come theatre space. There's like a whole sort of variety show in the first half and then an excellent show in the second half. It's going to be really good. Come see that. And Tonic's in Via Lactea in Bristol Town Centre. Other than that, fuck off.
That's a good set of plugs.
Bit-
Kane or
bit
Dan?
aggressive.
Anything?
Anything plugged
We
in?
done Dungeoneers pack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to Wildcat Boozy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen to the best punk band in Bristol.
Yeah. Tom's
And
not
Dan
here,
was in the Wildcat
unfortunately,
Boozy.
to plug it himself.
Oh,
Stream Emily's answer.
Yeah, listen to feature
Yes.
these
Yes.
guys.
Let's listen to feature these guys as well.
Yeah.
Tom's not here. You
But don't tell Tom we told you that.
Let's get Emily's answer to go viral and he'll never understand why.
Yeah, listen to
He'll
the
know we
evolution
did
of
it,
Tom.
though.
Listen to featuring these guys, then Tom. And Thank you, Stefan.
Thank you, everyone who was in chat. Thank you once again to my lovely players. We have a long rest. Lay down on your mossy beds at the Grove, and we'll see you next time. Stay grovey, you beautiful MFers.